So, this will be, I believe, session 12. Pretty deep in here. You guys have accomplished a lot. You've done quite a bit. And one of the most important kind of gauges of where a person's at is where they think they're going. So, if you guys were through some magic, through some masteries, through some luck, able to wrap up this whole mystery that you've been involved in today. If you solved it all, finished it all, your fellowship ended, and you're able to go your own way, what would you all do individually? Like, where would you head if everything you're doing right now ended today?
That's a good question.
Probably straight to
Back
Kansas.
to the arms.
I'm not talking about Kansas. I'm talking about if everything.
Oh, everything's done?
If
Yeah, like we
everything was
beat the
done
game.
today, like
Oh shit.
the
Okay.
whole of this mystery was solved, unraveled, and undone today. What's the next move?
The arms of Marianne. Pose
Yeah.
to her.
The
settle
arms of
down.
Miss Mary Walker. Yes, he would be.
I like it. You're done with this wild life on the road. This vagabond tale. Time to settle.
Well,
I like it. I like it. What about you others?
I would probably go back to Billy and just find the next thing to start working on.
And what would that be? What's the next thing?
I go where the evil is, so
Okay. Sure. Sure. On to the next adventure. That's a relatively new thing. Is that something JP's discovered about himself? Like he's always been a kind of a wandering holy man. But I don't think he's really been kicking the evil of the world in the teeth until recently. Does he have a bit of a taste for it now?
he does. He does.
Okay.
Especially now that he's at the moment not fully right within himself and in his faith. He knows that he needs to get back on that track, and the best way to get on that track is to properly hunt evil.
Sure. What about old Ollie Oxenfree?
Yeah, for Ollie, if we wrapped up everything in Springfield and then went our separate ways, then yeah, like he'd probably go to Kansas. If everything was done,
Mm-hmm.
start heading to the mountains. He's heading home.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But first answer probably Kansas, because one, he has to keep his promise he made to help Mary out,
Mm-hmm.
and two, they probably have some answers for him
Mm-hmm.
over in Kansas.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. It seems like everybody's sort of angling for if they finish today, it was time for a happy ending. So that's nice. That's nice. Okay. Well, thank you for answering that character question, everybody. Now, real question is whose turn is it to give a previously on? It's been a minute. You probably got a hard job ahead of you.
all right. So I came
Oh.
up. I was gonna volunteer.
Okay.
Because I had the
But
story of what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a little difficult now because it's been a minute.
Okay.
But I'll try.
Hit me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there I was, sitting in that chair in the dark on the edge of the hallway, looking up at the stairs and back down the hallway from whence we came. How did I get there? Y- You want to know? Well, that's a cigarette. Well, we started
Yes.
this venture out on through the town, skulking around like little rats in the sewer. I don't know if there were sewers back then.
Yes.
Not in Springfield, but I like it.
had a little operation we needed to do. We needed to find a high level man, I would say. Not gonna give any specifics, cause I don't know if I can trust y'all too much. Takes a drink as the strangers look on around at the table, ready to indulge in the story. Well, we snuck into this compound by the help of the women of the night. They did their job to the fullest extent, I reckon. Distracting the guards. Had to put a dog down. A little ashamed in that, but we did what we had to do to get inside the house. Well, we got in there. I mean, a little tussling happened. No one got seriously dead yet. Or did they? I don't know. You have to look back at the newspapers, I reckon.
I like it.
Well, I found myself sitting in the chair, and some ramblings started going on upstairs. Now, what occurred, I cannot say, 'cause I was standing guard. However, about middle of the night, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes have passed, and down came a stumbling. My partners in crime, I guess you can say, came down with the old commander. What was his name?
Arlo Towns.
Arlo Towns. Oh no, I wasn't gonna say the name. Shit. With the commander, and drug his sorry behind out of there, and made our way to or started making our way to the rendezvous point.
I like it. I like it. When you said you had a thing going, I was like, he's about to Dracula me right now. He's about to start with like fucking John H. Whitman's diary, August 9th, 1890.
I mean, that was
And
kind of. I guess that's kind
and
of.
I was not disappointed with that. Okay.
It would have been a lot better, but I have forget a lot of what occurred. However, I did want to do the my point of view sitting in the chair,
Uh-huh.
but yeah.
I
I
like
like it.
this. I like John H. Whitman's diary. August
Mhm.
8th, 1890 is a pretty good way to do it previously on. Take your chip. You know what? Take two. That was
I
fun.
was about to say, give
I
him
was
a
a,
hand
I was
too.
about to ask if I could give him a chip for it.
Take two
No,
chips
I
for
just
that.
take one.
No, you'll
Take
take
two.
you'll have two. You will have two.
Wasn't that good? It was missing a lot of shit.
It
I
was
liked it.
amazing.
I liked it. Bubba and Nick also receive a chip as spectators. They can use it if they wish.
Oh, put that in the chat.
You can put it in the chat. I got some
I'll
shit
put
to
it in
do.
the chat.
So,
Put it in the chat.
within every man's soul is a hunger to succeed, a drive to achieve despite whatever odds may come his way. The boundless desire possesses some harder than others. Some dream of it with forlorn hearts, some lick at its heels in an eternal pursuit, and some will move heaven or hell to get what they want. This can be said for the harried band currently hightailing their way out of Springfield, Missouri. Their ambition, tempered by guile, has left them in possession of ledgers, documents, and most importantly, head detective Arlo Towns. When news of their actions spreads, the situation in town will most definitely evolve into something new and dangerous, but that is not something they need concern themselves with yet. For they sit upon a trove of secrets that stands to reveal much about their current predicament, if they have the knowledge or muscle to crack it open. So, when we open up, you all are currently riding across the open plains sort of farming area of Springfield, headed east after you've just absconded with Mr. Towns from the Pinkertons' hideout and secured your horses and moved out. The dawn is beginning to crest as light begins to fill over the sparse trees in the distance as you guys ride. First and foremost, I need to know from you all, are you trying to get away quietly? Are you trying to get away quickly? Or are you trying to do both?
I'd say a bit of both. Anybody else?
No, yeah. I guess I'd agree.
I have 5,000 ping. Hold on.
Go
She's
fast.
in the future.
We now go for speed. He can't catch us.
Can't stop us.
Still can't believe I got 474 megabits a second the other day.
Pretty good.
I know. That was on Michaela's computer because she's hardwired in and I have to be on Wi-Fi now. I'm sitting at a measly 54. But my goodness.
No, you're not muted.
Who asked if they were muted?
Probably
You're
Bubba.
not. You're not muted.
Man, the ping must be strong tonight.
Yeah, he's been fine this whole time. Wonder what just happened.
Is it raining over there near y'all?
I think so. It's just cloudy.
Clouds are his nemesis.
I said it's supposed to rain overnight.
Jesus Christ.
He's
Hold
back.
Oh, he's back.
That was the stupidest fucking shit. How many times did you guys hear me try to rejoin?
This is the first.
Yeah, never.
I literally tried to I don't know what the fuck it was. Like at first I thought, oh shit, well my internet crapped out, and then I looked over at myself still fully streaming Dead by Daylight, and I was like, okay, so that's not it. And I tried to restart Discord, that didn't work, and it was a whole fucking thing. Give me one moment while I try to pull all my shit back up. There are 10,000 things open, you see, so I'm gonna have to get all that open again. What was the last thing you guys heard?
If we were being fast, sneaky, or a bit of both, and I
Okay,
said
Yep.
a
so
bit of both.
literally everything got said, and it just decided, all right, you're done. So a bit of both. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna need two things from you guys, and the fact that you're trying to do a bit of both makes both harder.
Yep.
I need a riding check, and I need a stealth check.
Writing check and a
And
stealth
since you're trying to do both, the difficulty in this comes in that whenever someone tries to track you, they're gonna get two checks,
Alrighty.
based on the fact that you're trying to be fast and slow and quiet.
Uh,
You can succeed at them.
I'll do my writing first.
All right, doing writing first.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, everyone just go ahead and do writing first, and then give me your writing, and then we'll go from there.
9.
Well, I only got a 4, so.
7.
Okay. Majority did pass that check, so good. Now stealth checks. The stealth check is a higher check since you're moving fast.
We roll a d6 with this, right?
Yeah, no,
Yes.
you're a wild card.
Is your wild card?
Okay, just making sure. 5.
Okay.
11.
10.
Okay. Okay. Um, you guys end up passing both. Now, give me one moment. I have to make some rolls on my own.
Time for the trap that was waiting for us.
We activated his trap card.
All right.
Activated his trap bounty hunters.
So, as you guys are riding along, it's been so first and foremost, what is y'all's plan for how you're going about, getting out of here, presumably possibly coming back or not, what's the plan?
Okay, so I'm trying to remember. When we got me and Mr. Fairchild got into the office, got the
Yeah.
guy, we found the book and $350 in the safe.
Yes.
Yep.
Took all of it.
Mhm.
We also discovered the contact made by my sister for the 12 sheep bought in Illinois.
Yes.
And that was where we left off when we booted and ran. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't even know if we even thought of a plan. I think we just grabbed the crap and left. So I don't even know if we know.
Well, we got two options. Option A is we can make a big circle and try to get to like the farmstead and try to get back to the militia leader.
Yeah.
Or this is like riskier and safer. We do that big circle, make camp, one of us goes and gets her.
That's probably a better idea.
So it's if we want to bring Mr. Pinkerton into town or not.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts. So bring him into town or keep him out of town.
I'd say leave him out of town.
All
I
right.
mean, we're already in town though.
Well, we're
You're
leaving,
leaving town
Yeah.
right now.
You just turn around.
No, because
I
then
mean, yeah,
everyone's
you
going to find
can.
out. Because the whole plan was to get the horses and get out of town before people wake up. And we've done that. And so we were going to
Oh,
try
okay.
and stealthily.
I thought we were ended still in the house.
No, we got out of the
No,
house
no,
into
no,
our
no.
horses.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got
okay.
to our horses. I don't think we noticed anyone following us. And then we got the heck out of town.
Yep.
And that's where we just picked up. Now we're doing it stealthily. And I think we should loop back around to the opposite side of town because the militia leader wanted to find what was in the office, and we have that.
Yep.
Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, let's find a spot to lay low.
Okay. All right. Um, how are you guys going about laying low? Because like the layout of Springfield's fairly open. There are sparse little thickets of trees, not really a forest. The only way to get to like a forest would be go back towards the mountains, which you guys could do. It would just probably take, 2 hours of riding, probably get to a place that is wooded enough for you to hide in it.
Okay.
Say,
What time is it like now?
Uh, Dawn.
Dawn? Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I say if we just found one of the thickets, we'd probably be fine since it's about to be daylight. We don't have to worry about having a fire or anything to try to keep warm. Time to one of the trees there and just watch him. And then that way, we have the cover, and anyone that comes near us, we'd have the advantage of being able to see far out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Try to stay around like an hour-ish out of town.
Okay.
Works for me.
All right. So you guys ride about an hour east from town. You ride through these sort of like open fields with sparse trees, in this sort of like central Missouri area, and eventually you come across just like this little patch of trees. Probably no more than like 3 or 4 acres worth, just sort of clustered around each other, where you see a few sort of not really brambles, but enough bushes around that you could kind of conceal yourselves. Not so much your horses, but far away to a degree as you kind of roll up and stop there.
All right. Well, if you two want to make camp here, I can go get what was the militia's leader name? Miss White?
Penelope White.
I can go grab Miss White.
That works for me, since I've got the book and the stuff from the office.
All right.
Also, Austin, for your edification, if you have not noticed, uh, in the main chat channel, I have added a card for Harold, and also in your own like private message, I have sent you item cards.
Yes, I saw those.
Okay, good. Just making sure
Well,
everybody.
if you want to go with him and prove that we, in good faith, have him, because I feel like she might be sketched out, maybe not telling the truth.
Well,
I'll stay here with
here.
him.
I'll grab Mr. Town and just drop him off the horse and pull off. Does he have like a badge or some kind of identification?
Um, Not that you saw on him, but you guys didn't really have time to search his body per se. He may have one.
Sure, I'll start rummaging through inside of his coat. Just try to find something that I
Yeah,
can use as
sure.
proof to her.
Give
Well,
me.
I was talking about taking the office stuff.
Yeah, I'm worried if
Uh,
I get caught.
that's
I don't
totally
want to
fine.
have too much
Sure.
on me.
Just give me a notice check to rifle through his coat and stuff.
Okay. I know his pants pockets are empty.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta check God's pocket now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Notice check. 9.
Oh shit, a 9. Okay, so that's with a raise, which is actually kind of important for this. Um, you rifle through his pockets. You do eventually find sort of like that sort of like leather pocket badge type thing, like wallet style.
Mm-hmm.
You find that. Another interesting thing you find as you are looking through his coat, you get to sort of like the lining under his armpit, and you feel something that you didn't notice earlier as you run your hand sort of along the inside lining and find a more like concealed pocket, and you pull out a knife.
Ooh.
that he
Nice.
had concealed in there. Um, and upon noticing it, it is not just like a knife. The knife itself is in a hilt that seems to be made of like thread and like twigs almost, sort of wrapped and hemmed around it, with a handle that has like a small bird carved into it. And as you pull the knife out, you notice that the blade is silver.
Hmm.
Ooh.
What is this? Why
Pocket
would
that.
you have something like this?
He's unconscious as shit. If
And
you'd like to wake him up, you can.
no. Keep him tied up, keep him gagged.
Mm-hmm.
He isn't going to be waking up anytime soon.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna drag him over to like one of the smaller trees and
Strap him to it.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting hog tied and gagged.
Getting that knife was.
No, that was big.
Uh-huh.
That was important. He would have used that later.
Mm-hmm.
But along with the knife, any kind of identification?
Mm-hmm. The pocket wallet style. It's a badge,
Oh,
the
okay.
kind of like leather
Gotcha.
like that you would open up.
Sorry, I glossed over that after the knife.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Alrighty. So yeah, I'll take both of those, and uh, I guess I'll take the black book that we found in the. Nah, we should leave that. We should leave that. All right, that's everything I need. You boys need anything before I go?
No, just be safe.
All right. If I'm not back in 2 hours, start heading back up the mountain.
Will do.
But I'll be back.
Alright. So, I guess we'll start with you. So, first and foremost, this is an hour probably. If I assume you're trying to hang around a little bit, not ride straight through town.
Yeah, we're not going straight through town.
So this is probably going to be about an hour and a half journey for you. So I'm going to need you to make either another riding or stealth check.
You mean another stealth check?
Okay.
And I'll be taking Austin's horse.
Okay. Let me roll my die. Just tell you. I'll just go ahead and tell you what the DC is going to be.
Okay.
So the DC on this is going to be 13.
Ooh, okay.
They rolled an 8 and then some extras.
Ooh, and some extras. Love it.
But you got chips, so I'm confident you can
got
get through this
chips.
one.
Well, a 3 ain't gonna hack it, so we are gonna use that.
Yep.
6. 12.
You got it. You got it.
17.
Okay. 17. You beat it with a little extra, so you're able to ride on without being intercepted. I'll say with that raise, you do take note that you do see a group of Pinkertons moving around the town or outside of the town as you like ride by, but you're able to lay your horse down for a little bit and let them ride past you. You note about a dozen of them.
Okay. Yeah, we sit in a ditch and I just pat her. It's okay, no name. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. But I also like with that note, since you got the raise, they are headed in the general direction. Like they're doing so slowly, but they are headed the right way.
Okay. All right.
So you may be on a bit of a timetable.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. And we go.
All right. And you ride out. Are you doing anything extra during this like hour and a half ride?
Nope, just trying to stay off of any trails and make sure that it's not easy to track us as best I can.
Okay. So you make that ride. I'm gonna go back to you guys. Uh, while he's away, do you do anything? Because he's gonna be gone for a number of hours. Because it's gonna take him an hour and a half to get there, presumably just as long to get back.
So make that
Uh,
2 hours like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. JP is just gonna be alternating between just kind of keeping an eye on Mr. Pinkerton to make sure he's still out cold
Mm-hmm.
and keeping his rifle at hand, just looking out in the distance in the direction that just keeping watch,
Yeah.
keeping
And you know,
alert.
the watch is a very like I said, this is very like grasslandy type area, so you do have a very long view. Which, you know, it works in the opposite way, even though you're in a thicket of trees, someone could also look very far and see you as well. But um in that first hour and a half, you do not see anything looking out across those plains. Um Mr. Whitman, are you doing anything while these few hours roll by?
Yeah. Um, because of my military background and my survival instincts, I would fortify the area. Um, possibly getting some brush, some firing positions set up.
Okay. Uh, you may either roll survival or battle.
What is battle?
Uh, battle is a skill specifically regarding like strategy, tactics, military operations, sort of like a leadership sort of thing.
Is that
So
in the
this,
is that in the main book?
yeah,
Why don't you tell me that there was a skill like that?
I mean, I gave you the list of skills, then trusted you to read them.
We've talked about it a couple
Fair
of
enough.
times.
I got a 5 for survival.
Okay. Um, you're able to kind of like get some brush and stuff, and just kind of like put it down around you to maybe more camouflage your position. You're also able to take some like larger fallen limbs and trees and give you some like points to where you could level rifles to have more of a balanced position to shoot from, stuff like that. You're
Oh,
not
I mean,
able to like,
I have a shovel, like
oh, okay, so you're
literally
like you're digging.
digging like a hasty.
Okay, so you do all that, and then you're also able to dig like a couple small like quarter foxholes for you guys, low enough to where you could get down in them and essentially have cover from incoming fire and
Yeah.
fire back, or advantage on stealth if you wanted to try to fully hide. Though you do have a very large white horse with you, so you know
Oh
take
no,
that
no,
into
we're not
consideration.
hiding. We're in a field. We went to the only tree, and it's like we're not hiding.
What? Oh. Um. Okay. So fortification and guard duty. You guys playing good soldiers. We like that. I am legitimately shocked that you don't have a battle skill. I'd assumed you knew about that and had that shit.
I looked at the Deadlands
Mm,
thing. I didn't pay too much attention to the other one.
I see. I see.
There's too many. There's too many skills.
But keep that in mind for the next time you advance. That battle is a skill, because I presume you want that.
I'm gonna increase my notice.
Oh, I would say it's okay, Daniel.
Probably should.
I'll be adding thievery to my skill list because I didn't think about it
You're gonna add the. Why would you need that?
because it's
Background
literally in my background.
Last session.
and
Because
last session.
yeah, because they were like pick the lock, and I was like, oh yeah, I used to do this all the time with mom and dad. I don't have this
Minus
as a
two.
But
I don't
you,
have this.
but
Yeah.
it makes sense that you don't know how to anymore because you've
Well,
forsaken that path.
Well, see, the reason that I'm thinking of not taking it is because in all my stories, I was always the lookout. So I'm
Mhm.
thinking of maybe leading with I sucked at picking locks, so they had to make me the
Uh-huh.
lookout.
Fair enough. Okay. So you two lock it down. Back to Ollie. You're able to navigate around Springfield, staying just outside of the city proper, shooting around the sort of outskirt fields and pastures, making your way towards the burnout side of town where you know the Hawk's Nest is. Takes you roughly what you expected, about an hour and a half to get there before you trot up on unnamed horse. Actually, is his name Bubba? I feel like we established the horse's name is Bubba.
I think
That
we
sounds
did.
possibly right.
All right, you ride up on Bubba.
Baba.
Yeah, that's a strong name.
Yeah.
You ride up on Bubba. and you arrive at the Hawk's Nest, where you see, an average amount of activity for what is now like roughly 8:30.
Okay. Yeah. Try to stow the horse somewhere nearby
Mm-hmm.
and go to walk on in,
Okay.
keeping my head down.
You strut in, and you are greeted with the same sort of layout you've known before, with this old sort of bank teller's desk across the way with a sentry and a clerk behind it. They see you come in. They're not the same as before. They look up as you walk in. How can we help you today, sir?
Here to meet with Miss White. I'm a
Hmm.
friend of the militia.
Is she expecting you?
She is. Tell her Edmund Buck's here.
Alrighty. And he goes up. He's gone for maybe 2 minutes. Comes back down. She says, "You know the way in,"
All right.
and he
Thank you.
unlocks the door from the other side.
Walk on up.
Yeah, you take these sort of smaller stairs that you've been on before up to this narrow hallway that leads to her office. You open it up and you see her sitting behind that familiar large desk, perhaps a little too large for the room that she's in, as she looks up and sees you walking in. Well, I can't say I'm surprised to see you again, but it is a little fast. I wasn't expecting to see you so soon.
Well, speaking of soon, we might need to get out of here if you want to see that evidence.
She kind of cocks a head and she looks back and forth a little bit. Now, I've had some of my boys telling me that there seems to be a lot of moving around over there. I take it that was your doing.
It was me, and I promised no bloodshed, and there weren't. Take out the
Alright.
wallet, open it.
She just kind of like brushes her hair from her forehead and leans back a little bit. Oh, well, you did warn me you weren't exactly subtle. Alright.
I got everything from that office, and I mean everything.
I got that. Alright. So, where are you holding it?
About an hour and a half out of town, but we need to get moving unless they start leaving town.
I think they already are, but alright. And she just kind of stands up. You see her pull that same sawn off that she has under the desk and holster it in her left leg, and she goes over to a gun cabinet on the right, opens up with a key ring and pulls a rifle out before throwing it over her back, and starts to walk out with you. Um, you guys are down the stairs a little bit before she goes. We had a stable around back. I'll go get myself some horses, and I hope you don't mind, but I am bringing men with me.
No, I like that idea.
You see her walk out. Now she does. She whistles at three guys and waves them with her as they mount up their horses as well. It takes them about 10 minutes to get their horses saddled and ready, but then they join you pretty quickly and gesture for you to lead the way.
Yep, as soon as they're ready, start heading back the way I came. Maybe try to take like a little bit wider path
Mm-hmm.
just to make it, I don't know, not so obvious or something.
Yeah, no,
That makes sense.
that is fair. That is fair. Um, I am
But
gonna end
nothing
up
like
needing,
30
yeah,
minutes,
yeah,
out of the way or anything.
yeah. I'm gonna end up needing another stealth check from you, and it's also gonna have to come from the four of them as well. So this is gonna be a group check.
Okay.
Let me find their stat. Well, no.
No,
I'm
no, no.
talking
I know.
about.
I know.
Yeah. Let me find their stats. Stats. Okay. So they have D6s in this. So let me set the DC here. They deserve an extra one from the last one. Okay. So the DC on this is going to be 6.
Okay.
And I'm going to need 3 successes or some raises.
Hey, that D4 went on a journey, but it was a good one. All right, so I got 7.
Okay. So you got a pass, which means I need 2 more passes from either Captain White or one of her guards. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so I haven't even rolled for her yet, but one got a 10 and the other got a 17. And then
Jesus
one
Christ.
one biffed it completely. But
I don't know,
that's
that
neither here
17's
nor
a
there.
monster.
And yeah, I rolled for her just for posterity. She didn't make it, but she didn't really have to. As the majority of the ride, you know, you're riding with these militiamen who have sort of made a moderate career out of being unofficial guardsmen, and you can very much tell that they know what they're doing, specifically in this area. Like, there are moments where you feel like you might be getting too close to town to where someone with a spyglass or binoculars might be able to spot you, but then they will lead you down into like just a small enough hill to where you can ride kind of low and avoid the town. As
Oh.
two of these militiamen just kind of start leading the way more or less. Um, as you guys make your way towards them pretty swiftly, I'll say with all the raises that we got, because technically we got 2 raises out of that. Um, I'm not going to reduce your time for taking a longer path around since they know where they're going so well.
Hey.
You start making your way back, you'll be there in another hour and a half. Go back to the other 2. So now I need a notice check from JP.
JP.
The DC on this one is 6, I think.
I got a 6 exactly.
Okay. You do see in the distance now, uh, several horses. They aren't in that same group that Oliver saw earlier, but you do see 4 riders kind of making their way towards you, about probably 2 miles out.
Okay.
Pretty far away for now, but heading in your general direction at a decent clip. I don't think you can give me a common knowledge check if you'd like to try to guesstimate how long it'll take for them to get to you.
Sure, why not? I have a D6 in common knowledge. Because for some reason I thought we'd be rolling this all the time and not notice. 5.
5. You guesstimate probably 45 minutes,
Okay.
maybe an hour until they get to you.
Mr. Whitman. Mr. Whitman.
Yeah.
We got about 4 men on horses. Looks like they're about 2 miles out, heading in this direction.
Alright. Well, when they get closer, you can take up position here in this little hasty. Use this fast fire in a line, sector of fire, 45, 65 degree. I'll cut them off on the 105 to 35 degree fire sector.
As I stare with a blank. Sounds good.
Made this,
And I
I wrote,
chamber one in.
I drew this little range card right here. This hill right there, about 100 meters. That hill right there, distant right there, that's about 50 meters. And you
No
got a
do about right there.
little twig tree right there. That's about 20 meters. Three sides, and we'll take them out when they hit around 100 meters or so, if they get that close.
Okay. Sounds.
Okay.
Sure.
And it's since it's been a minute. Remind me, if you have a max range on a rifle that says 120, that's 120 inches, which correlates to, is it
Which is 600 feet.
600 feet? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. So you guys are just gonna post up. And
Yup.
okay. So first and foremost for them, I'm gonna see if they can maintain this track. I believe the DC set between y'all's combined is a 6. So if these guys are rolling a D8 plus 6, they're not wild cards, but as they're activating as a group, I'm effectively making them one.
Okay.
Okay. So they appear to be pretty hot on. You're watching JP, when they hit kind of like that 1 mile mark, they break into a gallop and they start headed your way.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, with that high of a race, they break into a gallop and you hear one of them blow a horn.
Oh.
Mm.
All right.
They rolled a 22 on their
Oh,
notice.
they know
They
we're
know.
here. That horn's sounding. Don't start shooting until they hit about 100 meters, where we can make accurate shots.
And so this would be at about 30 minutes from then. So Oliver and Co are still about an hour out at this point. So they have no chance of hearing any of this. So yeah, you guys just lock down and watch. They're closing pretty rapidly. Their timetable was 45 minutes at this 30-minute mark, and now it's more like 10 as they start riding
Alrighty.
faster and faster. Uh, they're at about 1,000 feet,
I'll say once
900 feet.
when they hit the 600-foot mark, I'm going to initiate smite on my Marlin and take a shot at the
Okay.
one in the most front
Okay.
if they're in a
I'm-
formation.
Yeah. I'm also not gonna tell you guys how to do this, but I'd like to remind you guys that the aim action is a thing.
And
Aim
what?
action, you ignore up to 4 points of range attack penalty, or you get a +2 to attack if there are no penalties. And if you attack at maximum range, you will take aim penalty or point penalties.
Okay.
So just reminding you guys that the aim action is a thing you can do.
I will use the aim action if I'm going to have to if I shoot at max range.
I mean, you don't have to shoot at max range. It's up to you guys.
Well, I don't want the boys to get too close to us.
Okay.
Since we're outnumbered.
You know what? Actually, I'm forcing this on Daniel right now because it would make sense and he knows it. Daniel, give me a battle check.
All right, what do you roll for?
If you are unskilled, it's a D4 -2.
Yep.
Captain Whitman.
With a +6?
Yeah, you still get the 6. You're a wild card.
Yep.
A D4 and a D6 -2. Well, a D4 or a D6 -2.
Uh, 13.
Ah!
Take some of that.
Captain.
So you start thinking about this, and you have a very good defensive position, especially for the open plains here, and you're very aware of that. However, you think as a seasoned military commander, if you engage them at this like maximum range, they may recognize the superiority of your position and choose to retreat instead. And if they retreat, they may come back in greater numbers.
Oh, that's why I say wait till they get to 100 meters.
Okay.
I already
Okay.
told them.
Do you
Alright,
mean
well,
100 meters? That'd be what, 300 feet? Yeah.
300 feet.
Okay, then I will wait until 300 feet, and I will still utilize an aim action with it.
All right. Are you also taking an aim action, Mr. Whitman?
Oh yeah, I'm dug in.
Okay, he's dug in. All right, you guys both have aim actions as they ride, galloping forward, hooves churning up dirt. They're at 600 feet, 500 feet, charging, 400 feet, galloping forward, eyes peeled, 300 feet.
All right, then I'm gonna at 300 feet. I smite my bullets and I take an aim action. So if I do smite, aim action, fire, would that be -3
So
or 4?
technically, I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to do this, but you've got essentially infinite turns before they get there. personally, I would do your magic before you take the aim action and shoot.
Okay, then I can say that I did it. Because
I think you can take a shot having aimed and smited without any penalties as long as you do them in the turns before.
yeah, I'll do that then.
Uh-huh. So, what is the range of the firearms you guys have?
600 feet is my max range. It's
Okay.
30, 60, 120.
30, 60, 120. Okay, so you are shooting at medium range. So, you will have a -2, but because you have an aim action, that is ignored. Daniel, what's the range on your gun?
96.
Let me, I guess if I'm doing my smite before the stuff happen, I need to roll to make sure it actually works.
Why does yours have to be a 96? Fucking. Where's my calculator?
Ooh. Not that this really does anything afterwards, but,
96 times 5.
okay.
Okay, 480. What's your medium range? Daniel's at 48. Yep, 48 times 5. 240. Okay, so you are going to take -3 negated by an aim action because you're aiming over medium range.
I passed my smite with a raise. Anything over an 8 is a raise, right? I got a 10.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so then
for casting, yes.
Okay. So we do that, and then we do the aim action and fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then what is my shooting? Okay. If you get your rolls done, Daniel, you go ahead. I'm grabbing a second.
We
I need
are
a
in
second
surprise
D6.
round right now, so take your time and just voice it when you have it.
Alright, so my shooting was a 6 plus 2, 8.
Okay, that's a hit with a raise. A raise adds a d6 to your damage.
That's a d6. So what is the Marlin? 2d8 plus 2 with an AP of plus 3. And then plus a d6 plus 4 because of my smite.
Yep.
Okay. I need another d8. Crap. Okay. And I forget, with damage, you re-roll all dice that if they max out, right? Before I even start rolling. Okay.
That is correct.
Well, I don't get to re-roll any of them. 7 plus 7 is 14 plus 2 is 16 plus 6 because of the plus 2 plus 4 of the smite is 22 with an AP of plus 3.
Yeah, so you kill one immediately off the cuff as you take your shot from your concealed position. They're riding hard straight at you as your first round cracks off, and you can just barely see a spray as it goes through one of their necks as they fall from their horse. Mr. Whitman, your shot.
I got a 5.
A 5 hits, no raise, but a 5 hits.
Uh, 8 damage.
8 damage. Let me check my thingy here. I know you at least shake him. You shake him. You take the shot and you see it fling out after one gets dropped by JP. You see your round, you think, hit a shoulder as you see a man wince and shoot his arm back as he appears to have been possibly hit, but you're not sure. All right, so now we're gonna draw action cards real quick because that was your ambush round. There's still 3 coming at you. Who wants to draw first?
Sure, I will.
All right, Austin. 6 of hearts. Daniel. 6 of diamonds. Pinkerton's 7 of hearts. so they will act first. They're taking shots, so they will return in kind. Their shots are going to be at a much rougher time than you all, as they all pull pistols to shoot. They are riding. They are at range. This is a bad shot for them. There's one who makes a chance to hit, though. If we can roll it. Hey. Okay, I actually do have one hit. They're shooting into cover. Oh, you guys are in cover. I don't have a hit. I have a hit through cover. You guys are dug in. That's earth and cover. So, Austin, even or odds?
Evens.
It hits Mr. Whitman.
No.
But you're behind thick cover, so you will effectively add 6 to your toughness. There's no way this hurts you, as they do 6 damage, and the cover you have dug out for yourself in preparation for this moment absorbs it as you watch dirt spray up in front of you, as one of their pistol shots actually aims fairly true at this range, which is somewhat concerning that they're taking shots from horseback at 300 yards out, or at 300 feet out, and still scoring hits. They all, of course, take a dash action on their horses. So they close. They close 60 feet.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 70 feet, as they urge their horses forward towards you both. They're now at 230, as it is Hearts Beats Diamonds, Austin's turn.
Alrighty. So when it comes to an aim action in standard combat, if you do aim action and shoot, do you take the negatives? If you just shoot one bullet?
Yes.
Okay.
So technically, there's not. So if you take aim action, it's specific in the aim action. You cannot move or take other actions in the turn you aim.
Okay.
So if you aim, all you can do is aim.
Gotcha. Well then, what you said they advanced 70 feet, so they're 230 feet away. That's still middle.
That's under your middle range, so it's only -1.
Only -1. Okay. Well then I will take 2 shots, so I'll do it at -3.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
-3 on both. Yep.
And then can I choose to shoot one at the guy that flung his shoulder back after Mr. Whitman shot, and then one at a different person?
Shoot in the order you want to. After you've taken a shot, decide where you want the next one to go. You don't have to declare them ahead of time.
Cool. Well, then I'm going to shoot the one whose shoulder went.
All
right.
He did break his shaken, by the way, so he technically doesn't have anything.
5.
That hits.
Alrighty, 2d8 plus 2 with an AP of +3. And +4 because of my smites in my bullets. So that'll be 10 damage from the dice plus 6 is total of 16 with the 3 AP.
Yep, you got him. As you drop another one as they ride forward. That one barely recovering to take a shot, missing his wildly. You see him. As they get a little closer, you can see the just barest motion of his thumb fanning the hammer back just a little bit to take another shot.
Actually, make it 13, not 16, because I had to take the -3. Sorry.
-3 doesn't affect damage.
That's right.
Yeah.
I took the -3 from the hit.
As you take that guy in the chest, there's still 2 up.
Alright, I'll just shoot at one of them.
Yeah.
Need d6s. -3. That's a miss. That'll be with a -3 at 2.
Okay, yeah. And one more shot goes wild. Mr. Whitman, it's your turn as 2 of them are approaching, taking shots at you.
Wait, say that again?
There are 2 riding forward, taking shots at your position. They're at about 230 feet out now.
Okay, that would still be medium.
Yep. So I think you're at -2 now. I think that. Wait, you were at 48 times 5. That's exactly your medium. Yeah, so you're only shooting -2 now.
That's -2 to hit.
Yep.
-2 to hit. I guess he. mm, What's the It's -2 for a second shot action.
Yes, it is. So if you take 2 shots, you're shooting at -4 on both of them.
Uh, I'm just gonna do an aim action and then a shoot action.
You can't do a shoot action at the same time you do aim action. An aim action has to be the only thing you do that round.
If you want to aim, go ahead and aim.
Nah, I just take. I can take a -2. I got pretty good shooting. Shoot. I'm just gonna
Okay.
do one though.
Okay, take 1 shot.
Six.
6 hits.
And then we're going at a 9 damage.
Okay. 9 damage, I believe, is 1 above what you did last time, which, shockingly enough, is just enough to get him. As this third guy runs, you watch another one go down as JP levers another round into him. The second to last guy starts aiming down at you as you manage to just rest your gun carefully and calmly on a stump in front of you and take a squeeze off a shot. As it goes through his head, he falls to the ground. On next dude's turn, he is going to turn his horse and start to run away. That's 90. He wheels his horse around and moves 90 feet back as he gallops his horse. He is now at 320 feet away from you guys trying to get away.
Okay.
It is JP's turn as this dude runs away from you.
That'll put him 300.
He's still in your medium range.
So I'm still just at -2.
Yeah, you're at -2.
Okay. I'll shoot.
I'm sorry, no, your medium range is 300. He's at 310. So yeah, you're at -3.
-3. Okay, then I will just shoot 1 shot at him. I don't think I'd hit him with a -5. Seven minus 3 is 4.
4 is exactly what you need to hit as you squeeze off around.
That will be 7 plus 6, 13.
13 is enough. This dude turns tail, trying to ride away, galloping his horse as hard as he can, and you just stand up, press your gun against a tree side to get the best angle, squeeze around, and you just kind of watch in the distance as he falls out of the saddle. As the combat is over, you guys have dispatched what was around you, and it's been roughly 40 minutes since that hour and a half mark. So Oliver is roughly 50 minutes away at this point. You guys squeeze off those shots, and you do know that he blew a horn, or at least one of these guys blew a horn before they went down, and now you have shot. So you can pretty safely say that your position may be compromised here. Even you got Oliver, give me a notice check.
Nope.
That doesn't matter because Penelope does hear it. She kind of rides up next to you. Did you say your friends were a little bit further that way? And she points off in that direction.
Yes. Did you hear something?
Gunshots. We better hurry.
Yeah. Go,
Yeah.
brother, go.
You guys push even harder. So the real question now is back to you two. Your position's probably known now. Even if the gunshots weren't that accurate to zone in on, the horn probably was.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see any Pinkertons at the moment, but you got to make some decisions about what you're gonna do now.
All right. Well,
Is homeboy still there?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, he's tied to a tree.
Still knocked out?
No, he's awake now, as he just kind of sits there watching all this
cool.
I knocked
unfold.
him back out.
Oh,
Yep.
uh,
Good call. Take a chip.
yep. I'm not even gonna make you roll a fighting check. He's unarmed and tied. You take the butt of your gun and crack him in the head. As he goes
Mortally
to open his
concussed.
mouth to say something, crack. As he is out
I
cold again.
am reloading.
Yep, go ahead.
I reload, take my shovel, and dig a medium foxhole.
Okay. I'm gonna need from you, because your timetables are closing pretty quickly. I need an athletics check from you.
Okay. While he's doing that, I will cover him. That way,
Okay.
one of us is at least looking out.
Athletics from you, Mr. Whitman. JP, notice.
11.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. You start absolutely going ham on this earth. You stab at it like it owes you money as you just dig deeper and deeper into the ground to where you are at full half cover as you are down low in this place to where the log you had laid down in front of you and used as a stand is now just upper cover as you are using the ground underneath it to aim. JP, notice check.
Notice. Where's my D? 4. 6.
6. You peer out and you do see horses moving in the distance. You can't get an accurate guess on how many they are because they're still too far out. They're probably, a good 3 miles out. Like you're seeing at the barest ability of yours to see, but you can see things moving. And you're making assumptions about who they are and where they're moving to.
Looks like we got more coming.
That's fine, little cum. More food for the Karen.
Yep.
Amen to
Karen.
that, brother. JP's feeling himself right now. He just capped some dudes.
Aren't you a holy man?
He's doing it for the Lord, Daniel.
You just killed a Pinkerton, not a monster.
I killed a man who was
Killed
trying
3
to kill
Pinkertons.
me.
And one that was running away.
God hated that dude, alright?
I guess.
Hey. Ecclesiastes, Mr. Whitman. There is a time for peace and a time for war.
But sir, he was running away. He had a family.
Not anymore.
He had a family.
Decisions have to
Okay.
be made. He definitely would have brought way more on us.
So, I think this is more fun to have one of you roll for this. Daniel, I want you to roll me 2d6 and tell me what you get. Chance, I want you to roll a writing check. Tell me what you get.
Alright.
What's this D6?
It's their writing skill. I want to see who gets to you first.
Got an 8.
Nine.
Man, you son of a bitch.
We
Son
got
of a bitch.
we got a fight
As-
on our hands.
Black dice. They're good.
As you guys are dug in, Oliver, you can see kind of ahead of you, where just in the farthest distance, you can see the cluster of trees that you know they to be hidden in, and you see riders headed towards it. I need another notice check from JP now, and this you know they're coming. This is to gather numbers.
Okay.
Is it the remaining 35?
13.
13. There are 12 men riding towards you.
Mr. Whitman, I think we need a bigger trench.
Mr. Whitman said, "Hold!"
Take a chip, Austin. I like the reference.
You can take it.
What's the play, you two?
Well, how far are they?
Right now they're hitting that like mile mark.
No.
So I'll go ahead and give you guys timetables right now. They are gonna get to you in about 10 minutes. Oliver and company will get to you in about 15. So just long enough for an entire combat to play out.
I take out a cigarette and smoke.
Freaking 12.
You want to live forever, preacher man?
I don't know. Do we try to find a different place, Mr. Whitman?
You can run if you want. I done dug this hole right here.
There was a fire.
Well,
Are you getting scared there? I remember my first time on the battlefields.
all right. Well then, I guess I'll do like I did last time. How long has it been? Do I need to re-up smite?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's probably been 35 minutes
All right.
since the last skirmish.
And I've not had any time to rejuvenate, so I'm limited.
No.
So then after this, I will have a single power point. So yeah, I'll do like I did last time. Right before everything happens, I'll smite, I'll aim, I'll boom boom.
Yep. So smite, aim, boom, boom.
I guess just one boom because I don't think I could handle -4.
At about that 9-minute mark, you see a dozen men riding hard, coats flapping in the breeze, horses pawing up dirt, charging forward in that sort of like arrowhead chevron formation as they're just moving forward, and they're ready. You know your early determination is correct, Mr. Whitman. They heard gunshots from this direction. They see horses moving around out here, and they see one patch of trees, and they know exactly where they're headed towards. And as they get to that like 800-foot mark, you see 4 break off from the group and go left and right and start moving around. As
try
the
to envelop this.
as the group of 4 stops at 800 feet, as the others move around you.
Okay.
How far?
800.
feet.
So outside of range.
Don't you have a sniper rifle?
Nope. I have a rifle with no scope.
Oliver does.
Ah, damn it.
Boy, wouldn't it be useful?
And you're watching this as they do. Like they are fully like breaking formation and creating essentially a picket line around you. Give me a battle check, Mr. Whitman.
All right, -2.
Yep.
All right. That's a 1.
They've got you surrounded. Poor bastards.
Captain John H. Whitman.
You gain nothing from that other than the bravado, thinking you may encounter a glorious death today. As they fully surround and envelop you, they move around, and then you hear horns sound out again as 2 or 3 of them blow a horn. Oliver, you hear this and you see at this point what's happening. because of the stellar stealth rolls, you and the militiamen have not been noticed yet. But you see about a dozen Pinkertons at about that 800 yards surrounding your friends, and they are sounding calls now.
Well,
Why don't you give me a battle check at -2?
be really funny if this worked. To reroll that. Oh. 6.
6. They're not attacking your friends. They're besieging your friends.
Yeah, no, they're gonna sit there and just shoot.
They're not even gonna shoot. They're gonna sit there and wait. Where are your
Oh.
friends gonna go? They can sit here and wait for more Pinkertons to get here.
Little do they know how quickly Mr. Whitman can dig.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna dig his way out.
We're going to China.
But as they fully take time to do this, you're approaching. You're about 400 feet out, and you haven't been noticed yet. But you know you will be noticed soon, as you, Penelope, and the 3 militiamen see this scene unfolding.
Are we? All right, so we haven't been noticed.
Mm-mm.
If I were to use my compact mirror to try and give a signal, would that be noticed?
You can use that to give essentially a help action to JP, but the reason they're not noticing you is they're all very focused on one point in particular.
Right.
JP and Mr. Whitman are focused on many points, so I think there's a very real chance that they can see you
Okay. All
because
right.
they're not concentrated on what's in the middle of them like the Pinkertons are.
Then, yeah, if I have the opportunity to get like one free kind of signal off, I'll take that out and kind of like gesture upwards to try and shine the light to go like up the mountain, like
Mm-hmm.
behind them, to try and
Yeah.
signal for them to back up.
They can't really back up. Like, you guys aren't at the mountain. You're in a thicket of trees. Like, they can go deeper into the trees, but this patch of trees that they're in is surrounded.
Okay,
Like,
so they're
they can
fully
only
surrounded.
they can only back up far enough to reach another point. Hold on. Yes, you are muted, Nick.
Yes.
You're unmuted now. Was there any input to that, or
Huh?
okay, back
We were just
back on
listening.
mute.
We were just listening in.
And point to what Nick is saying, or
Just get back to the game. I don't know what the fuck they're on about.
No. Okay, then yeah, if they're fully surrounded and there's no way to like out or in,
Mm-hmm.
then I guess this is a fucking bloodbath.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So
Just kind of look beside me. How is she looking?
determined.
Alrighty. Take out one of those spare cigarettes that Mr. Whitman gave me. So what are you thinking? We need cover. Can't start shooting right now.
We can't start shooting right now, but there's not cover to get to. If we start shooting, they're just liable to turn around and attack us. I don't think we got good options.
I mean, we can try to rush the ones closest to the tree line.
I think we just hit the ones that are closest to us and hope your friends can find a way to help out. Because I don't see an easy way to do this.
Alright, so am I hopping off the horse and laying down and hoping the grass helps me? Or am I riding this horse?
Looking at this situation.
I mean, she's the militia leader. This is her fucking job.
No, this is true. This is true. Get behind your
Have
horse.
her roll battle.
Get behind your horse. Use it as cover. if we can draw more this way, then we might be able to give your friends a chance to fight out.
In a split second, act horrifyingly shocked until I look down and realize I'm on Bubba and not on Harold. Good idea.
As
Slide off
you
and
all,
pick my sniper.
you just kind of ring the horses a little bit. You all get off and aim across like the backs of your horses. I think this is just initiative.
Nah, this is
Like,
just initiative.
So who
There's
wants
no
to
two
draw
ways around
first?
it.
Give it to them.
Okay, NPCs draw first, or no? We'll just have the Pinkertons draw first. Pinkerton's got the 8 of spades. Penelope and her guards got the 5 of spades.
Okay,
Who's drawing next?
I'll go.
Oliver gets a joker. Everyone take a chip.
Nice.
Oliver, you may go whenever you want. Who's next?
I will go.
JP gets the 7 of clubs.
7.
And then Mr. Whitman gets the 2 of hearts. Okay. So the order of operations is Pinkertons, JP, Militia, Mr. Whitman, and Ollie can go whenever he wants with +2 to everything.
I'll probably go after the Pinkertons. That makes the
Okay.
most sense.
Yep. So the Pinkertons right now are not doing anything. Well, I say that. I'm gonna give them a chance to notice you.
Please don't.
Yeah, well. This is honestly a base check. Like, you're not in cover anymore. They're just focused, so. But they rolled absolute shit. So, for now, they're still just ringed around your friends, not doing anything. They spend their turn essentially in a holding pattern.
Okay.
So you're
I'll let-
choosing to go now?
I'll let JP go first.
Okay, so just to get an idea, if we're looking at a clock, the main Pinkerton force that didn't split is at 12. Are the other two at 9 and 3?
No, they have fully split now. If you're looking at a clock, there is a man at every number.
Ah. The game gave us quite the target-rich environment.
I mean, there already was a target-rich environment. They wanted to make sure you stayed here.
Okay. Huh. So, and all of them are perfectly 800 feet out.
A roundabout, like, for the sake of us playing the game.
Yeah.
They're about 800 feet out.
Meaning if we wanted to actually do something, we'd have to leave.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Well. Mr. J... Or not, I almost said Mr. JP. What do you think? Mr. Whitman. I'm gonna start... I've gone crazy. I'm talking to myself. Mr. Whitman, what should we do?
Well, first of all, you need to take a breather. Calm down. Assess the situation. There, it doesn't look like they're coming to us. We're gonna try to siege us out. Probably waiting for reinforcements. So I'm gonna take this here rope, and I'm gonna hang the little friend here. They
Wait,
won't
what?
save 'em. Then they're gonna have to come to us. You're gonna start shooting if they want to save him.
Well, I was gonna recommend we could threaten to hurt him to make him come closer, but I guess if you just want to go the full,
I am gonna threaten him. It'll take them a few minutes to smother out.
Take a chip, Daniel.
Yeah, that's really good.
Jeez. I wasn't expecting that. See, I thought I was gonna be the dark one and be like, "Hey, we should tell them we'll shoot him if they don't go away, and if they don't move, then we shoot next to them because they won't
I'm
know."
actually gonna hang this guy.
And then he's like, "I'm just gonna hang him." Goodness. Okay.
Don't worry. You can pray to your little god and whatnot. I ain't gonna actually kill him.
So, if that's gonna be the plan, am I able to
Oh.
hold my action until after JP hangs this man?
So I'm gonna break down some shit for you guys right now because I think everyone needs to understand what's going on right now. First of all, it's gonna take you more than one turn to hang a guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That's fine.
I think he's wanting
I want them
it to
see
take. He wants them to get close to us so we can start shooting.
no. I get the idea. I get the idea. Just making sure everyone's on
Yeah.
board with it.
JP
So
wants
Austin, what are you
full.
doing with your turn?
I'm just saying, am I able to hold my action until
Yeah.
that? Because it makes no sense for me to even try to walk out if we have a plan of, hey, let's hang the guy and see what happens.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
you can hold an action for this turn, but like I said, it's going to take multiple turns, so likely that action's not going to do anything. But that's
So if I
that is
hold
up to you.
action just until,
just get up on his feet.
I guess I could help
Un-
do it.
Untie him.
Yeah.
Untie him. Help me get him on his feet.
I guess I'll untie him off the tree, not all the way.
No, all the way. Get him on his feet.
Well, yes, but I meant I'm not gonna unbind his hands.
I'm gonna put this here, noose around his neck.
Okay.
Careful.
So you are going to use your action to untie him,
Yes.
and then Mr. Whitman is going to use his action to start fashioning a noose.
Yep.
Or
Sounds
to
good to me.
fashion a noose. Okay. Oliver, where are you at on this? You ready yet? You want in?
God,
You don't know what's happening right
yeah.
now.
If we haven't been noticed, then I will take the aim action. So next turn I can shoot if we haven't been seen, and I
Yeah.
will advise the militia people,
To
take
do the
aim.
same. Yeah.
Yep,
No,
and then
everyone's
next turn
taking
we'll
aim.
unleash hell.
They're taking aim. All right, you are fashioning a noose. It's their turn. So Chance, I'm just gonna put you in front of the militia. Is that okay?
Sure, that's fine. That's
Okay. So it's now their turn. They get a notice check to see what's happening.
fine.
Are you advertising this? Like you're fully like, look at me.
I think we're just
Oh,
getting
yeah.
it ready. Oh, never mind. Yeah, he's at.
I'm tossing the rope over a limb, making it wide,
Okay.
standing nice and tall. Probably
Okay.
dangerous, but I'm doing it anyways. They probably ain't got a sniper, right? And that's new age
Right?
technology.
As
That'd be crazy.
As
you
I'm
start
bullet.
fashioning a noose, you hear a second horn blow out, and you see this, Oliver, as they all start to charge forward and converge on this thicket. They will move 80 feet this turn as they start to gallop their horses. One of them they have some carbines, but I still don't think they can take effective shots yet. So they're just going to use their full turn to dash. So 80. Actually, let me double check on horses real quick. Give us a moment, please, gentlemen. Actually, you guys, I have a herald. Let me just consult Harold. Harold, what's your pace?
A majestic amount.
Uh-huh. Pace is 12. Okay, and they're fleet-footed, so they actually go further than I thought they did. They go 110 feet as they close to 690 feet on their turn. Oliver, they're now 610 feet away from you. Um, the militiamen can still take shots with their aim action because of the rights of an aim action,
As aim.
but
Sure.
they are
That's
they
rad.
are now in extreme range for them. So they will be taking let me look, -8 to their shots.
No point to that.
With the aim action though, they are only taking -4. I'm sorry, because they managed to aim.
Oh, okay. Sure. Why not? We might get a
Uh,
couple people to turn around, and my
but yeah,
action goes off too.
they charge, but first it's JP's turn. JP, you have untied this man. You hear a horn, and you see all of them charging.
All right. And did you say whether or not we were able to tell if Fairchild and them were here yet?
Uh,
Not yet. Was that the consensus?
I actually don't know if we even rolled it. Did we roll it?
We didn't
We did
roll it.
not.
Okay,
We decided there was no point to it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll notice to see if you see that. It's actually a very hard check, I think, because they're behind horses as cover and pretty far away. So I'm gonna say this is a DC 10, probably.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Only got a 7.
Okay, so
All right.
you do not see Fairchild as this dozen men that have you fully surrounded charge.
Alrighty. Then I'm going to roll a d4 to decide which direction I'm going to aim. We'll do north, south, east, west. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So here's a caveat to this: you are not in cover because you had to stand up and help him with this. If you take an aim action, you cannot move on this turn. So if you want to aim, you can, but you're standing up to aim.
Okay.
You go with it?
Yep. I'm gonna
Okay.
tell Mr. Whitman. Well, I guess that worked. You keep doing it. And I'm gonna turn around. Since I rolled a 2, I'm gonna turn to my 6 o'clock and aim.
Okay. You take your aim action. It is now Oliver and then the militiaman's turn. They are 610 feet away from you. The closest is.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know the range on your Springfield.
I have 96 written down.
So 96 times 5, which is calculator to me. 96 times 5.
And a
Yeah,
scope.
you have 480 feet. So you are shooting at extreme range,
Okay.
but I believe having a scope
That I wrote
negates
that
some of that.
-2 additional points of penalties when aiming.
Okay. So you will take 6 off of extreme range. So you are shooting at
-4.
-2.
-2. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Then my turn will be shoot, reload, mount the horse.
Okay. So if you shoot, reload, and mount up, I'm not gonna say mount up as a full action, but if you are reloading, then it is at minus
4.
4, because
-4.
reloading is an action.
All right, forget the reload because I'll probably just swap to a pistol.
Okay.
All right. So, 15 to hit.
Holy shit. Yeah, you hit with a raise.
Kill him.
Okay. 24 damage.
I think you know that you got him. As the furthest one back, you guys hear a gunshot, but everyone in the trees doesn't notice. You just think they've started shooting. I don't even see a reason to give you guys a check to notice where that gunshot came from.
Okay.
But Oliver, you just take this long shot while you've got your gun sort of rested on the saddle over Bubba, and you take a shot, and you see a guy fall with just the barest hint in the sun of spray off of his horse as you drop one,
11 left.
and then mounts up. The upon your fire, the volley from the militiamen will go off. Mechanically, I'm probably just gonna say they're all aiming at the same guy. 'Cause I don't. Oh, that was very close, but no. The -4 cucked him pretty hard as they all miss. Then Captain White will take her shot. She also misses. As the extreme range and the fact that their guns do not have scopes seem to throw them off. They everyone except Captain White has a Springfield like you, so they all shoot. But they do reload. So they were actually at -6 anyway, so they were fucked. But they reload after they take their shots because as you look down and notice, these are the only guns that they have.
Mm.
As they reload their rifles. Captain White has a lever action rifle. She takes a shot, miss, racks another shell in before hefting herself up onto the horse and getting ready to move. Do you go ahead and move on your action?
Uh,
You won't be able to dash, but you can move if you want to.
Let's see. I'll do half my movement.
Okay. So on a horse, that's 6. You move 30 feet. They'll stay with you. They also move 30 feet. So you're now within 580 feet of the Pinkertons. Back to Mr. Whitman at the tail end here. You have a noose and a guy.
Um. So everything is ready.
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, what do you want to do here? Like, I don't know how you want to hang this dude. Like, I don't know the pageantry you want to take with it, but you have made a noose with an action, and JP has untied the dude and has him standing up.
Oh yeah, no. He's still knocked out.
No, actually, he is coming too since you stood him up, and he is starting to move around. You have untied him except for his hands. His hands are still bound. But realistically, I think you have one turn before he draws a card.
Okay. One action is to smack him again, knock him out. Second action is to all right. My first action, I'm gonna grab him, throw him into the foxhole,
Okay.
and or knock him out towards the foxhole, so he gets knocked out, falling into the foxhole. And then I'm gonna jump into it and do a ready action,
Okay.
I guess. And I'm gonna take I guess it would be a -2, or no, at plus negative to range to the first person if they enter my long range.
What is your long range is also 480?
Yeah.
Okay. It is possible for them to get into your long range. So yeah. So I need you to make a fighting roll since he is coming to and is no longer bound. He's not free candy anymore. You still have a very good chance of just straight up knocking his ass out. But I need you to actually make the check. So give me a fighting roll. DC is 5.
9.
You don't have to roll damage because he's already so fucked up, and you have the drop on him and all that good shit. I'm not gonna make us go through all that. So you jaw jack him one more time, and that was also at -2, so that was technically a 7, but it still hits. You jaw jack him and push him into the hole, which you then dive into and take a ready action with your rifle. Um, Back to the top at their turn. They are 690 feet out. They are going to ride hard again. And then those 4 are going to take ready actions if they can make this ride. Okay, so shit's going to happen here. They move 120 feet, which means your ready action goes off, Mr. Whitman. You get to take a long range shot. So you're at -2 for the ready action plus long range, so -5 total to take this shot. And they are also at long range riding and stuff, so they have very little chance of making this. They're at -6, but 4 of them are going to shoot at you as well. Well, actually, no, they're going to shoot at JP since he's standing up.
So
So go ahead and
they
make your
were 690. They moved 120.
Yep.
So now they're 570.
570 feet
Okay.
out.
What's my minus?
Minus 5.
5.
Yes.
All right, that's a 2.
Yeah,
So
you
I
miss.
my shot.
As you dive in, you kind of see them getting closer. You kind of mistimed the time it would take them to charge up as you rush a shot and loose around, but it flies wide. As 4 will take a shot at JP at -6, which means they need. If they don't explode on this, there's no point in any of this. have one that does. Holy shit! Hold up! Hold up! God damn it! Come here! Come here! Ugh. I just pulled my fucking shoulder, son of a bitch. I got one hit. Ah, I dropped something. I bent down to pick it, and I pulled too hard. Ow. Do you have armor, JP? I don't remember.
No.
Okay. What is your toughness?
5.
Okay, that is a 6 on the damage from them. As you hear a volley of shots ring out, and as they do, you hear a bullet just kind of whiz past your head, far too close for comfort, as you are shaken.
Okay.
And for the sake of shaking and aiming, I don't really know how it works, but I'm gonna say if you can't shake your shaken at the beginning of your turn, you lose your aim action.
Sounds good. That's fair.
As they all advance, shots start ringing out. Back to you, Oliver. You moved 30 feet closer to them. They were, oh god, math. So 70.
All right.
And
Yeah. This might
they're
make it
900 feet away from. No, they're 700 feet away from you.
okay. So what I would like to attempt
Uh huh.
is to ride my horse closer, reload, take a shot with my rifle,
Okay.
if that is possible within range. I'll take like a
So
-6.
you ride up, reload, take a shot. You have a scope, but you can't aim.
Yep.
So
So it's
-6 to
-6.
shoot at extreme range. You're at -12 on this shot.
I'm still at if I'm still at extreme range, then I'll do the.
I'm sorry, and you're also riding -14.
All right, so maybe we don't do that. Um, what is the rush mechanic? The
uh,
sprint.
yeah. So you're riding a horse. So your pace is 12, which means you can move 60 feet on the horse, and then you can roll a d8 times
Okay.
5. So you can get up to 100. I'm sorry. No, it's a d10 since it's a horse. So you can get up to 120 feet,
Okay.
depending on what you
And
roll in your d10.
I'll do that and reload.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You do have to make a check on your reload,
That's fine.
because you're riding. I believe it's just like a.
It's like a. I know we've had to do this before.
Just call it an agility check. Just raw
What is-
agility check.
Okay.
DC 4. It's a normal thing. It's just to see if you can fumble the bullet in while moving hard.
Sure. I'm pretty damn good at agility. 5.
Yeah, you're able to fumble around into your Springfield, and then you charge. You move 60 feet plus.
Plus 25 feet.
Okay, so you move 85 feet up. God, you had to throw a 5 in there. Oh, fuck. You move
5. I rolled a
85 feet up.
5.
You
If
move
that helps.
85. Yeah, no, you move 85 feet up, which means you are now 615 feet away from them. Um, the militiamen will also, they don't have to reload, but they will ride up. I'm just gonna roll them all the same to keep it simple and to keep them
That makes
together.
sense.
Oh, they rolled a 10. Good for them. They overtake you as
Uh,
they move 120 feet as they gallop forward. I'm making this harder and harder for myself as they drive themselves forward.
have
That's
fun storming
them.
the castle.
It's now Mr. Whitman's turn. You're down in cover. They've just crossed into your danger range. They're at 480 feet. They're in your long range now. What do you do?
How many is there?
11
12,
left.
11. I'm
11
sorry.
still?
11.
Oh,
Yeah.
And long range is -3.
Yes. You will take any shot at -3.
I'm gonna 4. I'll just take one shot then.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you have to hit a 4 to hit.
Have to hit a 4 to hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to make a shooting check, you have to roll a 4. With all your minuses and pluses taken into account.
That's the DC.
So the DC is only 4.
Yeah.
For shooting, it has always been and always will be 4 for everybody.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
I thought it changes.
Nope.
I mean, there are things that can change it. Like, you are in cover, so technically their DC to hit you is 10.
Yeah, but they're not. So everybody's DC is just 4.
DC is 4 plus modifiers. When it a success in Savage Worlds is a 4 plus modifiers. Whenever I tell you guys, all right, the DC is 12, that's because I've already taken the modifiers into account.
Huh.
Yeah.
4 is
Based-
pretty low.
I
I mean,
mean,
pretty high.
a D6 is the
pretty
standard
easy.
thing you roll.
It's pretty
So,
easy. 4 is pretty easy.
mm-hmm.
If I take 2 shots, I would need a 6.
Yeah, no, if you take 2 shots, you're shooting at -5.
Yeah, I'm gonna need 6 plus.
Mm-hmm. If you're shooting at a -5, it means you need to roll a 9 to hit.
No, I just do 1 shot.
Okay.
Oh, damn! I should have done it. That's 13.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you hit with a raise, so add a D6 to this.
Oh shit! This motherfucker dead. Blast him like the fucking Cuchacabra. Attacking livestock.
He did not just say Kuchakabra.
Cabra.
The goddamn Cuchacabra.
That's gonna be 18 damage.
Good.
Yeah. You see one of the ones riding, he's hooping and kind of hollering as he urges the boys forward, spinning his gun in the air, pointing it at you, and you just watch his head go concave as it blows out the back and he pinwheels off the back of his horse.
Oh man.
I don't know why I just heard the fucking Mario noise.
It is now their turn. They will gallop. D10.
I never went last round.
You didn't go last round. I'm sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. I was like, am I dying?
You're
just
correct. First things first is you need to roll your
Vigor.
shaking.
And that's a vigor
Yep.
check, right? Okay.
Yep, DC 4 vigor check.
And I got exactly a 4. Oh goodness.
Hey, that's what you needed.
Okay.
All right, which means you've maintained your aim action.
All
Which
right.
means you're making shots flat. Well, I'm sorry, you make your first shot flat. Aim only applies to the first shot you take.
Okay, so it only applies to... So if I take 2 shots, the first one will be...
Flat. Well, the first one will be at -2 because of your multiple action penalty. The second shot will be at -5. No, it will not. It'll be at -4 because your gun has a longer range than Daniel's does.
Okay, -4, so I'd have to roll
Because
an
your
8.
max range is
Gun.
600.
Yes. Okay, I will do that then. I'll take a -2 for the first one.
-2 and then -4.
Yeah. I'm going to aim at the guy at my... if you're looking at the clock, at 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
First shot. Sometimes it's a warning. So that is 7 minus 2, 5.
5 hit?
Alright, so... And I did not activate my smite because they were holding out, so I don't have any extra stuff from that. So it's just 2d8 plus 2 with an AP of 3.
Correct. I'm going to tell you on these guys' AP isn't going to matter. They're all wearing town cokes.
What?
So 7 plus 6 is 13, plus 2 is 15.
You take one out. As you turn around, most of the action's been focused on the ones that were more towards town, as one of the ones who's flanked around is riding in low on his horse. He peeks around just a little bit, just in time to see a little bit of the mane blow up on his horse as a bullet takes his left eye out and he rolls off the saddle.
Alright, now
Second shot.
going for the dude at 5 o'clock. This one's -5. Or -4, you said?
-4.
Okay.
You have a longer range gun.
Gotta get an 8. I get to reroll 1, so I have to get a 2. I got a 3, so 9 minus 4 is 5.
That hits.
8, 6 plus 5 plus 2 is 13.
13. You get another one.
And as I was shooting those, every time I was reciting just a little bit more of Psalms 23. As I was going just like the guy in Saving Private Ryan.
Okay. The second one just gets winded off his horse as it is now their turn. There are 8 of them still up and remaining. They're going to dash their horses. As they are going to move 90 feet. So they are now at... That would put them... They were last at
480.
So they are now at 390.
I think they were at 570 before, now they're at 480.
No, they were at 480 because they had to... in order for Daniel to shoot them.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah.
So that's what,
So
390, yeah.
480. Cool. Okay. They are now in range for long shots. All 8 of them will shoot at Austin. They're riding at extreme range. Well, no, they're at long range. So -3, -5 for riding, -2 for multiple actions. So -7 on these shots. 8 of them coming at you. Okay, let's all hold the fuck on.
Oh no.
Okay, so the first volley, 1 hit. Second volley, no hits. Third volley, no hits. So at -7, 1 still does manage to clip you. Good for that guy. Alright, now we're talking about manly damage. Toughness is 5.
Yeah.
I got 11 damage coming at you.
Ooh.
As
Alright.
one of the ones with a carbine manages to squeeze off around and clips you, I believe. Let
Just
me
keep
look at this.
squeezing.
So 9. And so 11 over 5 is 6. So you have 1 wound and are shaken.
I
from that
will
round.
absorb it.
Okay.
So I roll vigor for that.
Yep. DC 4.
Got 4.
Okay. You manage to soak the injury as they squeeze off rounds. They are now closing rapidly at 390 feet. It is now Oliver's turn. Oliver, you are still at extreme range. I have forgotten the distance at this
Don't worry
point.
about it.
You're far away.
I think you said he was
That's
615 feet.
Yeah, plus 90, so you're 705
Okay.
feet.
So we have to sprint.
Yes.
Yep. Alrighty. Yeah, I'd have to sprint. I don't think I can shoot this turn. Unless I rolled a 9.
Okay. A 9, that's 45 feet.
45.
So you have moved 105 feet this turn.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, 115 feet this turn.
Soon.
Yes. No, 105. I'm high. 105 feet. No, I'm not. I was right. 115. Don't listen to me. I'm not mathing. I'm not mathing right. So
I'm
you
just
are now.
trusting you, homie.
You're now at 590 feet. The
Yeah.
boys in front of you are, or the boys now behind you, are going to also ride hard.
I believe they were at like 6 or 605. Then plus
Yes,
90, they'd
and
be like 695.
they ride very well as well, so they make it to 590 as they make 105 feet. They manage to stay ahead of you just by the barest amount, Oliver, as you all ride in hard as you can, trying to get to this fray, as it is now JP's turn.
Alrighty. Oh, since I'm no longer aiming, and since they're 390 feet in, does that put them in my max is 600? That puts them in my medium.
No, they're still at the -2 for your medium, for
Okay.
exceeding your medium range.
Yeah, because I got to get inside 300.
Once they're inside 300, you're at -1, and then once they're inside 150, it's flat again.
I could try to pop 2 again for a -4. There's 8 still alive, right?
There are 8 still alive.
I'm just gonna shoot 1. I think I
Okay.
can for a -2. And let me keep track of my bullets here. Okay. 8 minus 2 is 6.
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay. Let's see. 3 plus 5 plus 2. So that's 10 damage.
10 damage. 10 damage. I can do it. Oh, I'll burn a chip. Why not? He would have taken a wound and a shaken, but he manages to soak it. As I will burn one of my DM's chips to soak. As that bullet just flies just wide enough, almost like divine intervention. As the bullet just grazes past his head. Back down to Mr. Whitman.
Alright, let's take a shot.
You take a shot? Alright, there are 8 closing. And they're at 390 now, so yeah, you're at -2 on this, so one shot is just -2.
11.
11, that's it.
Uh, 9.
9? That's 5, that's 4, that's 1 wound and shaken. Do I want to soak another one? Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah.
I do
use
not,
all those
though.
pennies.
I do not soak that one, as you kill him anyway. As, you go to shoot and your bullet does go wide. In the moment you take the shot, you think it's a little bad, and you don't hit him, but you do hit his horse square in the neck as it tumbles and hurls him forward, crushing him underneath as you take out both horse and rider. And he hits the ground. 7 left, and it is now their turn. They're just gonna move 60 up to 320, so they don't have to take a dash penalty. So just -4 on these shots. Mr. Whitman's still in cover, so they're gonna take 7 shots.
Oh yeah,
at JP.
I guess I should have gotten into cover.
And maybe.
No.
Alright. 1 hit.
Mm.
2 hits. Alright, first one. 13 damage
Okay.
against your toughness of 5. So that's 9 up. Or no, that's 8 up. 2 wounds and shaken on the first shot.
Alright, I guess I'll have to soak that one. Uh, 10.
Okay. That is one with a raise. So you are able to soak both. Second shot. Oh shit, okay. 17 damage
Ooh.
on the second shot.
Like
That's
these
12
guys have
up.
guns or something.
Yeah, that's 12 up. You take 3 wounds and are shaken on this one.
Okay. Am I allowed to burn another Benny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another one.
I just wanted to.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Burn one
do
of my
that.
pennies.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alrighty, I will roll my
That
vigor.
has like 6 or something.
Oh,
No, Daniel's got a thick stack of chips over there.
I only got a 5.
Okay, so you
Burn-
still take two. Oh,
burn
you
another
can
penny.
you can burn another one. This is allowed. Just trying to
Alrighty.
get a better result.
Oh, at least one of them gets to get rerolled this time. Oh. And what? So 13.
13. That is 2 raises. You are able to soak all 3 wounds. As you stand there, taking shots in the middle of a very nice dugout area Mr. Whitman has taken the trouble to turn into a small fortress. You stand tall, saying, screw all that, I've got the Lord on my side. To which most people might scoff, however, you are then literally missed by inches by about 7 bullets. As they all just fly past you, barely grazing past you, not touching you. Heedless, you just keep firing, standing straight up.
I need to get the sound that says, I got the power of God and anime on my side.
As you keep blasting off rounds. And I did it out of order last time, so it is technically your turn now, which seems kind of appropriate.
Alright. Would getting into cover be an action and then
It's literally just your movement. It will
Okay.
affect nothing. You just haven't done it yet.
JP's gonna kind of look around and be like,
It's getting bad, dog.
yeah, maybe I should duck under here a little bit. Bible says not to test the Lord, so I'm just gonna use the brain he gave me and get in cover quick. And then I'm going to shoot at, let's see, I've killed 6 and 5. I don't know the guys that Daniel's killed. I don't know their direction. So I guess I'm just going to assume there's still a guy at 4. They're at 320, so that's still just outside my...
Mm-hmm.
And there's 7 left.
Yep.
Alright. I'm going to be at -2 no matter what. I guess I am just gonna shoot 1. Yeah, let's not roll the d8s. Those are not the ones you roll. Oh. Okay. So 10 minus 2 is 8.
Yeah, that hits with a raise.
And then I get to reroll 1. So 8 plus 5 plus 2. So that's 15. Then plus the 2 for the actual damage is 17.
Okay, you kill another one. As you clip another, charging off, just smack it clean off the horse. There are only 6 remaining at roughly 320 feet. As it is now the militia and Oliver's turn. You're far away.
Yes, I am far away. I'll have to sprint again.
Yeah, no, they're sprinting with you.
Yep. Alrighty.
They move another 90 feet.
I move another 25 on top of
Oh,
my
yeah.
30.
Yep. 60. Not a
60.
horse.
Right. Sorry.
So you move your 85 feet, and you are closing with this fight, though you're on the tail end of it as this is all coming to a head. Mr. Whitman, you're taking up the edge. There are still 6 horsemen as they get closer to you all.
What's our distance now?
320 feet.
I'll maintain the Winchester for the time being. Let's do another shot.
Take another shot.
Um, actually, I check on homeboy.
He's out cold.
Okay, another shot.
That man has been concussed and
Yeah, no,
concussed and
he's had a
concussed.
bad fucking day.
Him
Take
and
another
two
shot.
other Pinkertons have lost teeth.
At your range right now, I believe you're at -2.
11.
Yes, that's a hit with a raise. Add a d6 to what you roll.
$11.
11. Okay. You unseat yet another one as you fire from your controlled position. You start picking them off as the turn of this battle, or the tide of this battle has turned significantly. As there are only 5 left, you can see their resolve wavering, but you as a seasoned military man know that they don't have a choice right now. If they turn around, they're going to get shot in the back, so they're taking the best option they have, which is to just keep moving forward.
They don't even know how bad they'd be shot in the back. Then they'd
Yeah,
be shot in the front.
uh-huh, uh-huh. So it is now up to their turn. 5 left. Yeah, they're gonna make a dash this turn. Try to close a little more. 8. So 8 times 5. It's 40, 60. They move 100 feet as they close into 280 feet with you guys.
What's a feet per pace?
5.
Oh,
So they move that close. Let me look.
If
it
they
up.
go 80, wouldn't they be at 240 since they were at 320?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. That's that. So these guys, these 2 remaining with carbines, are now in medium range. So they make these shots at -6. And at this point, they're just kind of shooting at you guys, since they can't really tell who they're shooting at. So if I get a hit, I'm gonna have you guys roll to see who gets hit.
Okay.
So let's see here. The first 2 rolls that are better, neither hit. And these guys, since they are pistoliers, they're gonna take. This will drop them to like -6, but they need to try, so they're gonna take 2 shots each. Okay. 1 hit, well, 1 cover hit, so 2 cover hits. Daniel, evens or odds?
and the odds be in my favor.
Okay. You get shot. Daniel, even or odds?
You get shot.
And the odds be in my favor.
You get shot again. Okay, both shots hit Daniel, but he has +6 from cover, so whatever I roll here will be at -6 from the cover.
6 plus 1 plus 6.
Their guns have armor piercing. Almost
They got
every
earth
gun has
piercing.
armor piercing. They do not, as the first one badly misses. Oh, but the second, hold on. -6 is 8, and your toughness was 5, so you're
6.
just shaken.
Toughness is
Regardless,
6.
yeah, you're just shaken as this one gets a little too close as dust flies up in your eye as you recoil just a little bit as that one was just a little too close for comfort.
Is shaken fatigue?
No.
What do
Shaken
you
just,
annotate shaken?
huh?
What do you annotate shaken?
I mean, it's a health condition. Like, shaken
Oh,
wound, it's like a wounded condition.
oh, it's
Mm-hmm.
conviction?
Like, yeah, like, shaken is a type of wound. It's like the least wound.
Yeah, on the, talking about on the
Oh, I don't fucking know. I never
right,
look at the character sheets.
conviction?
Oh.
I think it's technically neither of them. When you're shaking, it just goes before your -1 on wound.
Yeah, it's a condition before you take take a wound proper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can just write it anywhere. It doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then your next turn, at the start of it, you'll roll to get rid of the shaken condition,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so you can act.
And if you fail,
Okay.
the only thing you can perform are free actions.
Yeah.
So at that point, that is their turn. To expedite this, I'm just going to say Oliver and the militiamen move their max movement.
Thank you.
And it is now JP's turn.
Cool. I'm gonna aim at the 240 feet is in my medium range,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm still at -2. No. Because my medium range is 300. Does that put me at -1 now?
Yes, you are at -1 now.
Okay. Then I'm gonna aim at the 2 dudes with the carbines. I'm gonna shoot 2 shots. Gonna aim at 1 dude with one of the carbines. That one's off the table, so it does not count. So I got 1 6 on the table. And a 4. 10 minus 3 is 7.
Okay, 7 hits.
I will roll damage. Oh boy. 11 plus 2,
Dead.
13. I lost one of my dice, so I guess I'm just gonna have to roll this another d6.
He's dead.
He's dead.
No, I meant for the second hit, not the
Okay.
Yeah, no, to hit the other guy. My 1d6 hit the floor and I got no idea where it went. Another 6. Maybe I should keep this yellow die. 11 minus 3, 8.
8 hit with a raise.
4 plus 5 plus 6. I get to reroll the d6 to a 4. So that's 19 plus 2, 21.
All right. You killed 2. As you blast and blast, and there are only 3 standing. As it is now Mr. Whitman's turn, as this seems to be drawing towards a close.
How far are they?
240 feet.
240 feet.
Is that medium? That's so long range, ain't it?
For you, that is officially hitting your medium range, so unfortunately, unless they move 1 point further, you're still at -2.
Okay. There's 3 left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna shoot 1, not the one that shot me though.
Okay.
Saving him for last.
Taking that one to go.
5.
5 hits.
This one is only 10 damage.
10 damage is still enough, as you cause one to sag off of his horse and fall to the ground. There are only 2 left. There's a damn Amber Alert. The children are in danger. The children.
Alright.
All right. Now at the close.
Wait. I was shaking.
He was shooketh.
Okay. Undo your shooketh.
What is that?
Make a
Con?
vigor check. Yeah, no,
Vigor.
make a vigor check, and if it's over a 4, you're good.
With the 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an 8.
Okay.
I'm not even
Yes.
gonna roll. Yeah.
You're fine.
Continue.
All right. They are at their final charge here. They're gonna move their remaining 60 to get them into medium range. So they're taking -1s to these shots. Each of the remaining 2 are gonna take 2 shots at -3. Now I have 1 hit. Austin evens her odds.
Odds.
It hits Mr. Whitman.
Man.
These dice don't like Daniel.
I
Oh,
can
these,
take it. Fine with
oh,
me.
these dice don't like Daniel. Oh, okay.
I'll take it.
12,
Can't
17,
hurt me.
20 damage
Oh, oh.
as our round flies out, but you are in cover, so your toughness is increased by 6. So that will put you at 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that is 8 up, which means you take 2 wounds and are shaken.
Just use a Benny.
You can try to use chip.
And what do I roll again?
Vigor.
Bigger. 15.
Yeah, you're good. As you soak all of the wounds incoming. As this next volley, it seems to have found purchase near where you are, as you have to fully hurl yourself to the bottom of this foxhole that you luckily dug. As rounds shoot over where your head would have been. As you hunker down hard, the militiamen and Oliver move closer. JP, 2 left. Hello? Hello?
Sorry, I had to. Were you talking to me?
Yes.
Alrighty, I am going to. So 60 feet from 240 is only 180.
Yeah, they're at 180.
So I'm still at -1. So let's. I'll shoot one. I'll shoot at one of them.
Okay.
So I've got to start thinking about these bullets here. 5 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
7 + 4 + 2, 13.
And you kill one more. One remains. As it's Mr. Whitman's turn.
How far is he?
180 feet.
180 feet. So you're at -1 on this shot.
What's a aim shot?
An aim shot, I mean, you'd have to stop and aim.
No, like a pick where I'm shooting.
Oh, a called shot?
A called shot.
It depends on what you're aiming at. What are you aiming at?
The horse.
Oh, the horse? Horse isn't a called shot. You can just shoot the horse. Matter of fact, since the horse is a
No.
large target. Oh.
No. I'm gonna. Yeah, the horse.
Okay, if you want to say mechanically you are shooting him to do damage, but you're doing it to the horse, I can say that's a called shot to the leg.
No, I want to shoot the horse so the horse falls and he falls off the horse.
Okay. You get a flat check to shoot the horse, because the horse is large.
Okay. 6 - 2, 4.
You hit the horse.
7.
7 on the horse. A horse's toughness is 8. Uh, the horse is unaffected by the shot.
Hmm.
As you shoot at the horse and miss wide. As it is now that guy's turn.
Did we uh did we continue to actually hang the one guy? How's he doing?
No, he's shoved into a foxhole. He's
Okay.
fine. Everybody else is dead. Yeah, he's gonna do the smart thing here. As he turns and sees all of this, he finally realizes he's being pursued from the back as well. He drops his gun and puts his hands up.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
nice.
Good soldier.
And that is officially combat. As Oliver and the militia ride up to see one Pinkerton still alive surrendering, and JP and Mr. Whitman crawling out of this dugout and entrenched position that Mr. Whitman made to a field with quite a few bodies around it.
I'm gonna make me some fucking dollars today.
I was about to say we need to check these boys. Okay,
Hey, there's
tell 'em
horses
cool.
out the ass that we can sell. Weapons.
Oh, see, I was gonna say we could replace.
Loot.
Don't we still have the one like gimpy horse?
Hey.
Oh.
Whoa!
You fucking
That
watch
has a
yourself.
card. What the fuck?
And a name.
Just
I'll
saying.
pull up on
What
Bubba,
the hell?
whose name we forgot about until today.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just
I'm gonna
saying
loot
we
all
could
bodies.
we can keep the gimpy horse, but we don't have to ride him anymore because we could take one of the other horses and we can
Don't
give him a
call him
break.
Gimpy.
This is a better argument. Don't call him Gimpy. He doesn't deserve to be ridden because he's just part of the team.
He saved your life.
Anyways.
Okay.
Good work, gentlemen. No. Be quick about it. We gotta move. Because they blew another horn.
I did blow another horn.
We have
I'm
to
glad.
fucking boogie.
Yeah.
I'm glad you remembered that.
Alrighty.
Because everybody, you were like, man, I'm gonna start taking all these boots off these guys. I was like, okay, if you want to, I guess.
We're
Alright.
just gonna
I'm
kill
gonna
all the
loot.
Pinkertons.
I'm gonna loot like whatever, how many I can get to in a short amount of time.
Well,
Okay.
so what direction? We can just choose in the direction we're going and loot the ones in that direction, like the 3 or 4 that would be in that area.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. You guys are trying to move quickly. Daniel, you're the looter here. You are the looterman. I want you to roll me a d6 to see how many you can get to and loot
You know,
in the
let me
time
get
you
that.
have.
Let me get that loot. Get that loot, boy. I'm gonna use a Benny. 4.
4. Okay. Now, I want you to roll another d6 and multiply whatever you roll by 4, and that's how many dollars you pull off these guys.
Oh, whoa, say that again.
I want you to roll
D6
in.
multiplied by 4.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm about to be. I'm getting a 6.
You getting a 6?
Oh, I got a 6.
You get $24 off of these guys collectively.
Union.
I'm fucking rich.
You get 4 Schofield revolvers.
Whoa, whoa,
and,
whoa, whoa. 4. What was that?
Schofield revolvers. Yeah. Whatever it's called.
Skidoo.
Skidoo.
Wait, what's it called? Not Schofield?
I don't know if it's Schofield or Schofield.
Well, we're going with Schofield.
It can be
Alright.
whatever you want.
Exactly.
And
Alright.
then, let me look. I'm gonna say it's 40. And then if you're kind of just yanking bullet belts off, 60 bullets, 40 caliber.
Nice.
you all start packing up and getting ready to go as you see Mr. Whitman running body to body, just yanking belts off of dudes and just running through pockets as fast as he can.
As he's doing that, just JP, grab yourselves a couple of horses, and I'm gonna smack the shit out of that dude who surrendered. I'll
Nice.
throw him over my horse.
Yeah, I guess what I could be doing is as Whitman like runs by the bodies with belts, I could try to like either corral or rope a couple of the horses.
That's time. Getting the horses is time, and also leading horses is going to slow you down. Just be aware of that.
Do we just want one
I will
horse?
On a side note, JP is definitely turning.
He's
Y'all haven't noticed. Instead of blessing the dead and this
I gotta
battlefield,
get me
he's
that
now
horse.
taking horses.
Well,
Let's just note that
He
in the
understands he
character
doesn't have
development page.
time.
I'll say I can fully
Note
understand that
character development.
I can fully understand that I do not have enough time to one, bless everybody, and two, we need another horse because we have a
Nope.
gimpy one.
Nope.
Austin?
Stop calling him.
I think Austin can try to find one horse for himself. I think that's fine.
Go ahead
Well,
and
I
give me a
don't.
riding check to see if you can get some horse. Like you can saddle up a horse easy, but if you want to get an extra one, you're gonna need a riding check. And I'm gonna limit you to one extra horse on this, I believe, because you don't have time for anything more than
Oh.
that.
That works. I mean, I don't ride the gimpy one, so that's all good.
Can
You're
I call horses to me, Ryan?
Hmm.
And would this have consequences?
My riding check was an 11.
You're able to get a horse. That's interesting. So you want to try to call horses to you?
Does he have pluses or
Would that-
horrible
Would
minuses
this be
to this?
evil? This would be bad.
It
No.
might be.
Whitmer,
Are you
that's not what. That's not what. I'll roll. I'll roll. There we go. You decide what I roll though.
I mean, frankly, I'll give you two
What?
things here.
What's the temptation?
If you feel like this is your own will being etched away by something inside you, a spirit roll. If you think you are trying to invoke this and try to avoid the consequences that come with it, an occult roll.
Hmm.
If you are the driver, occult. If you are not the driver, spirit.
So I'm in need of money because there's a shoddy on my walk.
I'm in need of money.
We got.
For food.
I was like, we got like $350 just from a safe.
You. Oh,
Well, I mean,
actually I don't know that. You did not tell me this. We didn't talk about what you found.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I want these horses. I'm thinking deep in me, those horses look like money.
Okay.
It would be
As
real nice to get horses.
as you're kind of sitting there, thinking about just
I see Jake.
you're looting bodies, just pulling plunder from the dead on a field of battle with death that you have inflicted. You sit there in sort of this fugue state, this after battle sort of like fervor, as you start looking at these horses and you feel that little greedy twinge in your eye flick in. You just hear someone chuckle from behind you. What the fuck was that?
What? Who was?
Nick left.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You feel this little chuckle behind you as you hear a voice say, "Temptation, temptation. Do you want what you see?" is the real question. Because I feel I've been underutilized.
Fetch a good dollar.
Oh, it would, it
Good
would.
dollar indeed.
I'm glad to hear that you're so mercantile. that you understand that everything comes with a bit of a cost. Do you want the horses?
Yes.
Excellent. And in exchange, just a teensy weensy favor when I call upon it. Does that sound amicable to you?
Just a bitty one, I reckon.
Good. You may roll a riding check with a d12 plus 4.
Mm.
Also, take a chip
Mm-hmm.
Why am I taking a chip?
because it's complicated and
It's
you're giving in.
complicated. Cause shit's complicated.
What's a D12?
A d12 plus
There's
4.
like a soccer ball.
Oh yeah, a D12 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
That's
Mhm.
the amount of horses you're going to call to you.
I just called 14 horses to me.
All but the horses that JP has already caught come to you. You all watch as the horses just walk towards Mr. Whitman, obediently and obviously. There is no room that there's something different happening here.
Oh
Those of you
shit!
who know, being Oliver,
Whitman. Yeah, I'd say Whitman.
it is not hard for you to
Oh
understand
yeah,
that
Fairchild.
that was a supernatural thing. JP, do you think there's an appropriate role for you here? You're not going to be able to go, oh, he's got a demon in his ass, but to know that there's something truly wrong here.
Mm, I was gonna. No, I mean, I think the only thing he could do is just be like, oh, that's weird. Like, I don't think there'd be any type of role for me to
That's
think.
like fucking odd, you know?
Well, because realistically, they've not told me anything, so I have no reason to even like. I would, in all honesty, would just be like, what just happened?
That's like fucking
Okay,
odd, dog.
yeah, that guy just. Why was I the one in charge of getting the horses?
Mr. Whitman's clearly very good at it. Alright, now Daniel, give me 1 minute to find a section in the tables, if you would. I need you to roll a d6 on the Dominion table.
3.
3. Okay. I need you to make a spirit roll at -2.
Is this with a D6?
It's
Yeah, you get your
yeah.
d6.
Two.
Make a note that you are at -1 Dominion. Okay. As you hear just the most melody-filled, almost beautiful whistle that tapers off into a whinny, and all of these horses just walk to you. What are the rest of you doing?
Getting ready to get out of here.
Just like throwing unconscious dude number 2 on my horse, and then seeing the parade of horses.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like a shocked glare at
Mm-hmm.
Whitman. Just, but I can't complain about that right now. Get up on my horse and we're going to the fucking mountains.
Mm-hmm.
What is your spirit die type, Daniel?
6.
Okay, good to know.
I don't
I
like
gotta
that.
write. I gotta write some
I
shit
don't like
down.
that at
Hold
all.
on. I'm writing shit down. Carry on.
We just riding, boy.
All right, y'all are just lighting out. Where to?
The mountains.
The mountains. That's headed south. You're headed towards the mountains. That is at least a 4-hour ride to actually get into the mountains proper.
I guess first turn to Penelope.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose you have anywhere we can lie low for a bit, or are we heading up back the way we came into town through the mountains?
She just kind of looks around a little bit. Well, if I had a plan. She looks over at Mr. Whitman and his supernatural herd. If I had a plan, it's this. Take those horses of yours, ride 'em east. The rest of us will tuck back around towards the Hawk's Nest. They won't think to look there, and you'll leave 'em a good track to follow.
That's a good idea. Women, what do you think?
Yep, I'm on it. Now take off.
They follow in basic lockstep as they follow as herds do behind Mr. Whitman as you all light back towards the Hawk's Nest. Penelope looks at the two of you. This is a mess. I knew that this was going to be a mess, but this is a true mess. I hope whatever we can get out of him was worth this.
It will be. Has to be.
Damn well better. And she just spurs her horse forward as you all make back for the Hawk's Nest. You guys, here's how this is going to work. Daniel, I need you. Ew. I don't need you to make a check at all. Frankly, like, doing this alone is going to, like, work. If you would like to escape with these horses, I am going to need a stealth check to get away from this. And I will say you can get a +2 to this because you have a supernatural influence over these horses right now.
Oh boy. It's they're both maxed. Then I roll both of them, right?
Well, I don't actually know how that works. Which one's
What do you-
higher?
6.
Look,
Then
I got a D4 and a D6.
reroll the 6 only. Reroll the highest.
All right, I got a 15.
So,
However, can I use a Benny to reroll the D4 as well?
no. You're good. You're good. As you all head back, looping around that same path the militiamen took, you're able to get to the Hawk's Nest fairly quickly. Within that same hour and a half period that you had, which makes it around about 1 in the afternoon when you clop it back through the burnout side of town, and you're able to do so fairly under the radar. Mr. Whitman, you lead a herd of horses east for a good amount of miles. And then as you get to the very end of this trek, still feeling the dappled lady's hand on the reins with you, you think to escape with this, and you hear that same sort of long melodic whistle with a whinny at the end as the horses scatter in different directions.
Motherfucker.
No, they scatter in different directions, and you just start riding back. And as you ride back, as the hour passes one by one, they all return,
Oh,
taking different paths in different directions before returning to you.
okay. Hell yeah.
As you a little bit later, it's 1 p.m. when you guys arrive. It's probably about 4 when Mr. Whitman gets there. But I do have to make one more roll before Mr. Whitman gets there. Yeah, okay, you get there. As you come in with your herd of horses. Now, the herd of horses does present a problem. These are Pinkerton horses. like someone likely will notice them if you're not careful with how you store them. So how are you going about bringing the horses in? Because there's a small stable behind where the militia is, but it's not big enough to accommodate an additional 14 horses.
I take those 14 horses
Mm-hmm.
to the family that we killed a scarecrow and saved their livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
Take it to them. And I roll up to the house. It's early. And I knock on the door.
Okay. Knock, knock, knock. I cannot remember this young lady's name. Whatever it is. She answers the door. This familiar younger lady with blonde hair answers the door. Oh, it's you again. Um, can I help
take
you
off
with
my
something?
hat. Yes.
Can I help you with something?
Shit. Miss, it's me, Willie Jones.
He was looking up his name. I was trying to figure out what he was doing.
Do you happen to remember me?
We met 2 days ago. Yes, I remember you.
Yes, ma'am. I was wondering if I could store my herd,
She
just for a day or two until I can get on and move on back out of town.
she
I've been
turns and looks at these horses, all of which are still saddled. Give me a luck check to see if there's visible blood on any of these horses.
Let me know if you need a chip.
a luck check.
Yeah, roll a
Is
d6
this
flat.
okay?
Just a d6.
I'm gonna 5.
5 is good enough that there is not schmears on this horse.
Now, ma'am, I know probably peculiar, but it's best not to let you know. It is militia business.
Give me a persuasion check.
Six.
Well, I suppose since you all did us a favor, I heard about what happened in the field. I'm still not sure I understand it, but they said you got whatever was killing the cows and nothing's happened to them the past 2 nights. So, sure, I suppose. How long do you need me to keep these?
Just for a night or a day or two. Uh, we're about to head on out, and we just need a large group. Uh, that's gonna be going with us, and that's why we got all these horses. And we just our stable isn't big enough for this amount, and we just needed a little bit of extra space.
Uh, sure, sure. I see no reason why not. I'll just let them go in the pasture over there. It's fenced in. They should still be good by the time you get back.
No, you can keep them in the barn, ma'am. We don't want undesirables to know our movements, if that makes sense to you, ma'am.
Oh, sure. Sure. She says as she just kind of starts leading horses over that way. I'll hang
Uh,
on to them until then. What if you're not back by then? Where should I take these?
oh, you don't have to worry about that, ma'am. Men will come very soon
Jesus Christ.
kind of the standing guard. I guess you can say I'll be standing guard and I'll feed them. You don't have to worry about them, man.
All right. She starts leading the horses away. So we're gonna
Excellent.
go back in time about 3 hours when you guys pull up at the Hawk's Nest in the back as you drag Arlo Towns and this other unconscious Pinkerton that you have now picked up. Um, you see Captain White look stressed as holy fuck right now.
Fair.
As you kind of throw him in the back room, essentially what used to be like the vault of this bank. As you are putting them in the safe room as she ties them down to chairs. All right, so what's your plan then?
Well, we also found pull out 2 books.
Mm-hmm.
We found these. One's what you asked for, one's what the madam asked for, and I still need to get this book to her. But I figure that comes after we get answers out of these 2. Now, how I plan to go about that? Well, we need to be quick. So how flexible you feeling on that no bloodshed rule? Feel like we're past that.
I believe there are 16 dead bodies in a field, so I think we may be past it, yes.
All right.
Look, you gotta come up with an answer from these boys. Because this is gonna fall back on us if you don't. So, you got a day. Get answers from them, or bury him out back.
Yes, ma'am.
She just kind of walks off from that. And just kind of like shuts the door behind her. Doesn't like lock you in with them or anything, but just shuts it.
Ooh, let's go.
As you two, the preacher and Oliver, are left with these 2 unconscious men.
Cool.
Alrighty. Well, suppose while we have these boys knocked out, we should go over the 2 books.
Yeah.
Sure.
So hand one to JP. I'll take the other one, and
We just start
That's what we do.
reading.
Okay. Both of you give me a notice check. Who has which book?
I'll have the one the brothel was looking for.
Okay. So, give me notice checks, HP.
JP got a 9.
Okay, not bad.
I got a 12.
Okay, very not bad. So, first thing you're noticing, Oliver, is kind of what you wanted to see, and you presume what the madam wanted to see as you sort of leaf through this ledger, and it's essentially it's essentially the books of the Pinkertons here. So it's a lot of sums, it's a lot of what they've taken in, once they've given out, expenses, stuff like that. But you notice as you go on these sort of unmarked expenses that correlate on a day, and you're trying to figure out what it is. And then it occurs to you that it's happening once a week towards the end of the week, and that each sum is sort of stacked on top of each other. And you realize this is payday for the workers in the factory. And as you start going through these sums and how they're not accounted for, how they don't seem official, you're realizing the reason the madam wanted this book is because it's detailing the fact that they are extorting workers in the factory or stealing from them, one of the 2.
Okay.
And this is the kind of leverage she could hold over them to get them off of her case, more or less. Because this is not like, oh, they're shifty and everyone knows that. This is evidence that they are essentially defrauding the workers that they are there to, essentially stomp out. And you think that it's possible she could use this to push them over the edge. So that's likely why she wanted that book.
Okay.
The book you're looking at, JP,
Mm-hmm.
is a little different in that it is sort of more like a manifest. it's detailing shipments and things. And this is the same book that you saw a record of purchase made from Jessica Peterson, or not Jessica. Who's your Amanda Peterson, um, detailing like the purchase of sheep for a price that is more than sheep are worth. And
Okay.
you've noticed several different purchases like this of livestock at exorbitant prices. And the more you think about that, the more you've heard about it. Part of what you're putting together off this is detailing the purchase of people
Mm.
and then the subsequent transport of them back here to Springfield via some of these armored caravans, as well as occasional like escorting of these armored caravans, not noting any of the materials carried within, but also spottily enough that you know that they are not constantly bringing in like the huge armored caravans. That's not the Pinkertons' job, more or less. They have occasionally done it, but mostly they have been acquiring people and maintaining the status quo here.
Okay.
And that's kind of what you're able to determine from this book. And that's kind of the gist as you read through these things. You know, not able to fully like engulf yourself into all of it. Just the 45 minutes you take to flip through. That's what you get.
All right, so it seems like the Pinkertons are shaking down the factory workers for their wages. What do you got?
Looks like this is a logbook of sales, but it's claiming sheep, livestock, but these prices are way over for what that would be.
I'm
These
guessing, does that line up with Mary's theory that they're buying people or sheep? So the Pinkertons are buying Van Zant sheep?
Yep. I think these numbers would definitely match this human sales.
All right. Let's start with this new kid. We'll start with him and we'll work our way up. Go and tie up Mr. Town, gag him, throw him in the corner,
Yeah.
and we'll just slap homeboy awake.
Okay. It's not hard. You are able to pretty quickly rouse him. It's possible you think after the first slap that he rouses so fast that he's probably been awake for a while, just pretending to be unconscious.
Punch him for that.
Oh, as you just kind of whack him across the face. Oh, all right, all right.
All right, so you know we read the books. Are you aware of the books?
What? Not really.
Backhand.
And
All right,
he's.
so what are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Why are you here? What are you doing with Van Zant?
They just want us to make sure the factory stays in order.
But you're shaking down the workers.
Of course we are.
All right, so why wouldn't the factory stay in order?
You know how these things go. They want more wages. They want less time off. Things like that. And Van Zant wants his money. He wants to make sure everything stays on time, so he hires us to make sure things stay on time. Make sure they don't do something like a strike or try to head off to some other job. Keep things in order.
All right. What about the slave labor?
What?
Insight?
Notice.
Notice.
Yes.
God, I love notice.
Doesn't everyone love notice? The combination of perception and insight truly is a baffling design decision.
Hey,
It's like,
that
all right, what
such a
if
bad decision.
you only rolled one thing ever?
Coming at you live with an 11.
He legitimately doesn't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's good to know. All right, so then, how long you boys supposed to be out here?
As long as we're contracted for it, renews every other month.
All right. And anything that I should be aware of? I'm gonna give you a chance to be honest and forthcoming. Take out a silver bird knife,
Whew. Um,
and I do mean one opportunity.
uh, um, um, let me roll to see what this guy has. Not much, but he's got. We're looking for somebody in town, and you also know this from the logbook you've read that they are looking for a man named. Is that motherfucker's name? Mark Ainsley. We're looking for some guy named Ainsley. Something about he caused some trouble in the factory and he got away. And he's been, from what we can tell, he's been breaking into shops, stealing stuff, trying to hide out somewhere. This sounds familiar to you.
Hmm.
I don't really know why, but I know that they said that the order came down from Mr. Van Zant, so it's maybe something. I don't know.
All right. Any leads?
We think he's somewhere in the burnout side of town. I, we figured he's been hiding in one of the old cellars or basements. We just hadn't had time to leak through them all because we figure if we come over here too much, and then the militia's gonna start paying attention to what we're doing. So we've been trying to do it kind of hush hush. But the way he's been hitting stuff on this side of town, we figure he must be over here somewhere.
Can I get another notice check for all of that information, or is that right over?
Say right over. Like you
Okay.
got this guy here.
Okay.
Like it's honest. This he's telling you what he knows. How true what he actually knows is subjective, but he thinks it's true.
Okay. All right. Hmm. Okay. Anything else you feel like sharing?
Um, is there anything else you want to know?
I want to know everything.
Um,
So I heard you have, what, 30, 40 men
it's,
as of
it's more like
yesterday?
it's more like 50.
50? Okay. Any any word of more boys coming in, swapping out,
There
anything
hasn't
like that?
hasn't really been much need of it, and it's not like this is a hard job, so we haven't really had to move anyone in or out.
I'm glad it's not a hard job then. And I'll knock them out.
Waka. As you crack him, he falls to the ground.
All right. JP,
Yep.
ready to get started?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Dump homeboy in a corner. Go grab my old homeboy.
Eh.
He's time to be woken up for the 4th time.
Oh no, he's awake, but he is kind of like spinny. Like he's gagged, like he hasn't been able to say anything, but he is awake as you just kind of lift him up. He's like, ugh.
Give
Ugh.
him a good shake. Throw him to the ground. Ungag him.
Ah,
Afternoon, Mr. Town.
is it afternoon? Well, I suppose it
It
could
might be.
be. But what is time? He just kind of
What
like
is time
stretches
and
out his jaw. Ah,
what is time when you got a lot of it? Or not enough? So, you've
ah,
heard what we've been talking about.
I
I
have.
want you to enlighten me.
Whew. And
What's going on in the factory?
he just kind of like rolls up. He's like, "May I sit?" as he just kind of looks like he's trying to shift up onto the wall.
Just kind of pick him up by his shirt and set him down to sit down a little bit better.
Why, thank you. Ah. Well, what's going on in the factory? That is a pretty wide question, I suppose. It's a wide question with a lot of answers.
Stab him through the hand.
Ah! Oh!
Yeah, Benny.
Oh!
Keep him
JP
on.
winces.
With my own knife. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Whew.
Let's try that again.
Where was I? Ah, and he just kind of like shifts his hand a little bit. There's a lot going on, a lot of answers. I would say that's the gist of it, but you appear to have stabbed me in the hand.
All right.
So, I'll say this. There's a lot going on in that factory that I don't know, and a lot that I might know.
A lot that you
Specifically,
do know.
well, what I do know, first and foremost, is that Mr. Van Zant doesn't want people to know what's going on, specifically us as well, since we're not exactly what you'd call an in-house type of operation. Near as I can figure, he hired us because he needed a little extra backbone. But that being said, he probably would have enough, but he just doesn't want to bother himself with it. Now, as to what's actually going on in there, I do have a few ideas. But here's the thing about those few ideas. You were talking a little earlier about time and about who has a lot of it and who doesn't, and I don't think you understand who doesn't have a lot of time here. As he looks at you and kind of raises his eyebrows.
Correct. So I need to know how long you live.
See, that's the thing about it. You kill me, that seems like a lot of problems for you. You'd be surprised how many problems that is for you, just because I guess you're not as familiar with this organization as you would be, given that we are, in fact, detectives. I know we got a bit of a reputation for being rabble-rousers, type of people who just like to punch people, throw them around, make things happen, but we are at our core detectives. So if you were to kill me, people would find out about it, and that would be problematic for you. Now, of course, you can torture me, which you seem very willing to do, which I can appreciate to a degree. But that being said, you don't have time to do that because I've been tortured before. And you know what? I got a lot of friends who could fix whatever you do to me. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, doctors. No, I got better than doctors, son.
I have better than doctors. Let's move this
Oh.
along.
Well, okay, fine then. Let's be frank, shall we? You don't have the time to torture me. Killing me doesn't earn you anything. So that
Right?
leaves
So
us
I'd
with
rather
a
avoid it.
which leaves us with let's make a deal, shall we?
Go on.
So Van Zant is paying us well enough, but not so well that we haven't been having to kind of shake down his work for us just to get a little extra here and there, to make it worth our time, because we have to charge rates that the bosses back east say that we have to. That being said, I've grown a little weary of this little backwater town. So I'm willing to walk away from this, given that it seems like Mr. Van Zant is probably getting close to finishing whatever it is he's after. So, if you were willing to, let's say, cooperate with me, starting firstly, letting me go. Third, I will require some sort of compensation for this information, and as a bonus for said compensation, I'll be willing to stand my men down and go back home, since we were about to go back home anyway, and it really seems like after that little show that you gave us back at the fields, you're more than capable of causing a bit of a ruckus. And frankly, the paycheck's not worth losing more of my boys for. So, let's talk.
All right. Let's talk. Make it worth my while.
How about you start with how you're going to make it worth my while? A little show of good faith. And he kind of looks down at his bindings. I'm just one man, unarmed in here with you all.
All right. Fine. Cut his hands free. Still holding the knife.
Thank you. That's my knife also. Like, You can keep it. I never really got much use out of it, but it's finicky.
Oh,
And he just kind of shakes his hand a little bit.
fair enough. Toss him his badge back.
Oh, thank you. And he just kind of puts that in his pocket. So, here's how I think we'll do this. I'll give you a little bit of an appetizer and a amuse-bouche, as the French? I don't know, say, so that you understand that I'm serious about knowing some things. And then after that, you can make me an offer for what you're willing to pay to get the rest of it. And then we can go our separate ways, each happier than we were when we started. Sound like a good start?
Let's hear the first bit.
All right. So, this is a little tidbit that I've learned just shaking down a few of the folks. And part of the reason I think that the old man's looking for Mr. Ainsley. So, we stumbled upon this pretty early in. We wanted to get an idea of what it was that Van Zant was doing in there, and he was very hush hush about it, and he didn't let us into the lower parts, the deeper parts of that factory. So we started asking questions about the interior. After a little bit of beating, they were all willing to give it up. But the absolute minute that we started talking about going a little deeper, they clammed up. And when I say clammed up, I don't mean they stopped talking. I mean they couldn't talk. And the more we started going into it, the more we understood what it was. He's doing something to people who work in the deepest part of that factory. I don't know what it is and I don't know how, but he's making it to where they physically can't talk about what they're doing inside. And then all of a sudden, someone from the interior that we know works there goes missing, and he makes it a top priority for us to find him. What we were thinking is that's probably the one guy who could talk. So we've been out there looking for him. We know he's in the burn outside of town, which, given that I've already seen Captain White here, I presume so are we. You want a good lead? Old Ainsley's probably a pretty good lead for you. But I got some tidbits that might be of more interest to you all. The more we talk, the more we can get there. But I'm now noticing that you're one man short. I see Mr. Peters, I see Mr. Fairchild, but I don't see Mr. Whitman. Now, given his reputation, I'm not exactly ungrateful for that. But is this the full breadth of my audience for the day?
For today, yes.
All right, fine. So, is that first tidbit enough for you to maybe considering my offer? Give me a little, send me on my way, and on my way I'll give you the rest of the pie, something that I know will interest you all greatly. I'll pack up my boys and go.
I will take a notice insight check.
All right,
Same.
all right. Let me get his shit, because he's obviously rolling some shit too.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, if you could crit in this game, wouldn't that be cool?
Mm-hmm. I got a
Oh,
6.
if you could crit in this game, would that be cool? $22.
22. You do beat him. What'd you get, JP?
I just got a 6.
Yeah, you do not. JP, you can't really read this dude. He's being real calm for a dude who just got stabbed and has had the shit beat out of him all day. Uh, Oliver, you believe what he just told you, and you also believe that he has more to tell you, but you're also very aware you're talking to a snake.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, you're not sure if you even believe that he would pull his boys back, but you also, just the way you're talking, he seems willing to betray people. That could include you, but that could also include Van Zant. You can't really get a solid read on it, but you know he's got more in the tank.
Okay. All right. So there's one lead.
Yeah.
And, well, as for what I can promise you, so let's say kind of look over my shoulder. $200, $250.
Mm, see, I like that. I do. Now, tell me something. Did you happen to find any money on my office space when you came in there?
Well, that's what I'm talking about, isn't it?
Ah, yes, of course. So, I will require more than the money you've already taken from me, you see. Now,
Hey,
I
hey,
appreciate its return, of course, but I need a little bit more, you see. Because this has to be mutually beneficial. And as I said, in order for this to be mutual beneficial, I have to get something out of it. Now, you've got some money, I'm sure. You've got the money you took from me, I'm sure. And I bet your benefactors here could spare just a little bit.
How about 4?
Oh, we're getting a little warmer. We're getting a little warmer. Call it 450.
I'll push your luck.
Oh, I am tied up. I've been stabbed and beaten. All I have left to do is push my luck.
All right, so
450?
4,
50?
4.
You're making me drive a very hard bargain here.
We all
I'm
have to
willing to
work for our dinner.
I'm willing to do it for 4 as long as there's a way out of this. All right, I'll do it for 4 on one added condition. Teensy weensy little condition.
Depends on the
Um
condition.
oh, it's a simple one. I'll take that 4 and give you the rest of the information as I'm walking out.
See, we need to meet halfway there. I need something more before you walk out of this room.
I'm gonna give you something you're really gonna love. And you know what? You can hold a gun to my head as we walk out, but the minute I give it, I'm gonna walk away clean and free, and we can all be happy.
No time? Again, I need one more step before I get there.
Hmm. I think I'm running out of steps there, friend. I feel like I've been very cooperative here, and I feel like we've made a lot of headway, and I also feel like you're trying to juice me just a little bit more, and I'm not budging, because once again, I know you don't have the time. So, if you want to make a deal, this is how the deal's getting made.
How do I do this? Do I go ape shit or not?
Are you are you asking
This
JP
is
that
chance.
with your
No,
eyes?
this is chance thinking. I'm open to suggestions from the table.
I mean, if you're asking JP's heart, he thinks you're being more than fair just offering the guy a little bit of money back because what's lost is lost.
All he wants is as he's handed the money, he'll give you one more secret, and then he is ensured that he walks clean. Pretty simple in his idea.
Do I want to try and get an intimidation check out of this? Guy has big bonuses against that.
He does.
But I have bennies to spare.
You have lots of bennies to spare.
gamble.
All right. Lad, you've inspired me tonight. This one's for you. You can't give me just one little morsel more?
I really would love to,
I'm
but
gonna
I
kick him in
really.
the face, put my boot on his back, grab his arm, and start pulling back.
Okay.
Preacher, close your eyes.
He was being really nice.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
This is an intimidation check, I assume?
Yeah. I am trying to rip his goddamn arm off.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Intimidation is its own skill. It is not a persuasion check. I don't know if
Yes,
that...
it is
yeah.
its own thing. So, I'll use a Benny on that. I don't think that's a high enough number. Grab his dick and twist it. How are we feeling about a 23?
That sounds pretty good.
We'll let it ride.
Okay. I will use one of my bennies.
Yeah.
Alright. That, with a -4 to yours, is still not enough for him. Do I use my last Benny? Yeah, fuck it. Nope, can't do it. He just kind of like snaps for a second. Alright. Alright, I'll give you one last fucking thing, but that's the last thing.
Push his head into the ground. Quit bullshitting me. I'm just
Listen.
keep pulling.
I'll give you one last thing. It's actually not even for you. And he just kind of turns and looks at JP. Once we figured out who you all were, we started doing a little digging, and we found a little conflict of interest. And so to make sure we got all the information and to make sure that everybody stayed on the up and up, we had to make sure that somebody was left holding the bag if something went wrong. Jessica, I believe is your sister's name. We got her up in the factory somewhere. I don't know what Van Zant's doing with her, but had to make sure that somebody was there. To make sure that you were on a leash, to make sure they were on a leash, to find out why the hell you all were doing what you're doing. But that being said, yeah, they got your sister.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
I would say, so for the sister, Brian, are you wanting that? Because Jessica is the. Do you want it to be the
No,
nice sister?
No, it's Jessica.
Okay, I was just double checking. Okay. Mm.
Do I got more? And guess what? That's the last fucking thing you're getting unless I walk out of here.
Chance evens or odds?
I like evens.
You like evens? Okay. JP is gonna put his hand on your shoulder and just say, do what you have to do to get all the information out of them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, shit, I guess we've come this far.
And I'm gonna take a step outside for a minute to let you do this. But on the table, JP is going to leave you to use with whatever your imagination would like to do. My entire doctor's medical bag, matches, a hatchet, lantern and oil, a pound of coffee. Don't know what you'll do with that. Um, and a lockpick.
Oh.
All right.
And he's just gonna start praying as he walks out the door.
Oh, now you pray.
I was praying when I was shooting people. Don't you remember?
Mm.
Well, then I guess that kind of puts the nail in the coffin. I guess Alton will just start to full on like throw around and interrogate this guy. Like no more.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
doesn't give you anything else.
sure. Like,
You know he has more, but he's not going to give it to you.
okay. All right.
And I'll say you did roll like insight very well earlier. He still has the most important thing to tell you, and he's holding out on it. Of all the things he's told you, he's still holding his last most important card.
Just
Uh,
gunpoint. Let him go.
It's one of those things you can only torture so much out of someone before they realize they're dead.
yeah.
And he is very like he stands by what he says. You like read the honesty in his voice. He knows and you know both that he has more time than you do.
Okay.
So you can either kill him or you don't. Either way, he holds that card. Like his last card is his life, and he knows that, and he's not folding it unless you give him a reason to.
Uh, does he appear to care at all about his boy?
No,
I figured
no.
not. I figured he wouldn't, but he mentioned like not losing any more men. Had to try.
You
Then,
think of more like I don't want to lose men being like that would cost money.
oh yeah, that's a resource. All
Yeah.
right. Then yeah, yeah, Alton will give that a go for a while, and then I guess what do we want? Do we want to say after the sun sets? Is that a good time to let this guy go?
Whenever you feel's a good time, I guess.
Uh, I'm just trying to think of less people around. So yeah, I mean, unless the militia come knock on the door, uh,
Hmm.
after the sun's gone down and people have, you know, hopefully gone home, uh, then I guess I will go get the what 350 we took from him.
Hmm.
Yeah, 350, and I guess go to White about the remaining. I have $10. The remaining 40. It's like this is where we're at.
She is very leery on letting him go. Look, maybe he pulls out, maybe he doesn't. But if we don't have some sort of leverage after what he says to you, it may not matter. This better be good.
If I'm being honest, I was gonna let him walk. You tell me his thing, you start going, and then I'm gonna put this knife in his back. How
Alright,
far can he get?
not far. But we still gotta worry about the Pinkertons.
Well, that'll be a problem, but I'll be the one to bury the body.
Alright,
Does that
what you
sound
got?
good?
Sure. Do what you got to.
Again, if any of this goes sideways, you don't know me.
Alright. She hands you $40.
Oh, Is Mr. John H. Whitman around?
Yeah, he would have got back towards the end of your interrogation.
I was gonna
Catch
say,
him up to speed.
yeah.
We're gonna let this guy walk. I need you to be there to jump him.
All right. I guess I stand across the street. Yeah.
So he wouldn't tell you anything?
As soon as he walks out, just give me a signal. I'm sure it'd be obvious. And we'll finish the job.
After I hand over the money, he tells me what I want. Soon he'll start walking back to town. He might ask for a horse, drag him off the horse.
Yeah,
If we make a scene of it, we'll get out of town.
All right, just if you move towards him, then I'll shoot him.
Don't shoot him. We don't want to make
I
too
take
much of
out
a
my
scene.
bow.
Oh, perfect. I take it back. No, you won't say anything more. So
And
we're gonna meet each other in the middle. See what last trick he has up his sleeve.
alright. And I kind of stand in a darkened alley, overwatching the front door or back door or whatever.
Walk back in. All right, Mr. Town. Start using the doctor's kit, patching them up.
Give me a deception check.
Sure. Where is?
We ain't deceiving him now.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. I very much so am.
Your DC is a 19.
Alrighty.
He's very cynical.
It's almost like he's a detective.
This is his job. Anybody got a chip?
Take mine.
Yep.
All right. Glad I'll take that one you offered.
Yep.
There's that 6 I needed. There's that 6 I needed. 12. 18. Last one. 23.
23. All right, you beat him. He does not trust this at all,
I
but
would.
he's willing to let it ride for now.
Got your money. Just, I guess come take a walk with me.
Yeah, let's take a walk. And he just starts walking with you.
Walk out the front fucking door.
Mm-hmm. Walk out the door, and as you're just kind of walking along, he just kind of takes a deep breath in. Ah, that is refreshing. It's rather musty in there. It's kind of musty out here, though. It was all burned. Maybe it wasn't that refreshing. Maybe my nose is broken.
Well, thankfully, you got boys back home for that.
We do. But, you know, once it gets broken once, you never smell right afterwards.
Well,
Shame.
Small talk.
let's
Oh,
get
he's
on with
walking
this.
while he's small talking.
Yep. Let's get on with this.
All right, we're getting on with it. He continues to walk. You did hand him the money, correct?
As I say, like, let's get on with this and kind of like hold out the money.
He takes the
haven't-
money.
Aim action.
Yep, sure. Continues walking. He's on a walk and talk. So, the idea here, let's just re-talk through this deal to make sure everyone understands. I take this money, I walk, I call my boys off, and then you're free to do whatever you want with the information I give you. Correct?
Kind of stand there. Correct. You give me the last piece of information. You pull your boys out of town. Take the money. We call it square.
Sure. Hold on, he's got to make a quick perception check. Make a stealth check, Mr. Whitman.
Use the chips. Deploy the chips.
JP's just standing at the door still.
Your DC is a 10.
I'm gonna use chip. Gonna use chip. Gonna use chip.
Holy shit!
Good thing he had a lot of
We're
chips.
so close, lad. We're almost there.
Tell me if you need a chip.
Hold on, I gotta check my chips. I can see how many I have. Gonna use chip.
Use mine.
Alright. Gonna use chip.
Oh my.
You need to use another
Jesus
one?
We're good. This is the one.
Okay.
This is the one.
This is the one.
9. That's not.
Use
That's
a
not
chip.
it. I need
That's
a
not
chip.
the one.
Use
You need a
Austin's
chip.
chip.
Did you already use my one
Alright,
chip?
This is Austin's chip.
This is
Okay.
Austin's.
Here we go.
This is the
I
one.
got 6. I need a. I
4.
need a 4. Do you have a chip chance?
No, I'm out. I used all mine.
Okay. How many do you have, Austin?
I have one left now.
Okay. Okay. Here you go.
Let it ride.
Here you go. A 5.
Oh.
You successfully hide from him after using 7 chips.
You used all of the chips, but it was worth it.
He looks back. He doesn't see anybody around.
Cool. Super.
Alright. So, here's the big thing Van Zant's got on this town. Thing that I figured out pretty soon because we had to make a pickup. So, your girl, Peters, she ain't the only one that we had to pick up to make sure everybody stayed quiet. Miss Peters was more about making sure we knew a little bit about you and your friends. We learned quite a bit, you know. Mr. Whitman, pretty easy to learn about. Old family, big money, not a problem. Peters, his family was more than willing to throw him under the bus. It was honestly crazy how quick they turned. Told us everything about him. And then you, we don't know that much about you other than you're a knight from some fucking where that we don't care about. But that being said, there are other folks in this town that are problems. So we come upon this town. Sheriff's a good man. Not the kind of man you can buy. Not with money, at least. Sheriff's got a daughter who moved out east. She ain't out east no more. She's working for Van Zandt as a maid. He makes like kind of quotes at the moment. And since she's a maid under our care, it has persuaded the kind sheriff to kind of turn a blind eye to things around here. And then your friend looks over towards the house. Miss White. She had a man on the inside that was getting kind of close, but he had a daughter too. And he had a wife who really loved their daughter. So she's a maid as well. And his wife got a little violent, and then she had an accident. So yeah, there's my little tidbit. You want to turn on Van Zant? Might be happy to have the sheriff with you. And if you can't, then you got the sheriff against you.
Go to snap his neck.
As you go, he whistles. And the knife in your hilt that he has shoots out and tries to stab you.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty much just a, you're both going to roll an attack. I
Sure.
think is the correct way to do this. Your parry is 6, 5?
Parry's 5. Parry's 5.
Okay. He hits you.
Okay. Uh, 11.
You hit him.
Cool.
Plus, he's gonna do 17 damage to you with that dagger.
Okay. Oh shit. Then-
And also, your ready action, I presume, also goes off, Mr. Whitman. So everyone's gonna Tarantino each other real quick
Yeah.
here.
That's what it fucking sounds like.
12 damage.
12 damage on him.
Yeah.
That's 2 wounds and the fuck's the word?
Shaken.
Shaken. 2 and shaken on him. And what's your toughness again?
7.
That's 10 up on a 7. So you take.
Oh, so I'm gonna need that less.
That
Well,
was
let's wait for Lad to shoot.
You take 3 wounds and are shaken.
use my Benny.
No.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll stand there, fucking take it.
How far from the front door of the house did they get?
They're probably. He tried to walk as far as he'd let him, so probably 40 feet.
That works. That's the extent of my range.
Daniel?
Oh, I didn't know if we were figuring mine out or not. I
Shoot
got 9.
this fool.
Okay, yeah, 9 hits with a raise.
So that adds a d6.
That's gonna be 9 damage.
9 damage? Okay. 3. He is still up. He has 3 wounds and is shaken. But I'm not doing initiative on this. Another Tarantino round.
Yep.
As he continues to whistle and that knife starts to weave in and out.
I'm gonna cast protection on Mr. Whitman.
What?
Okay.
Fuck you.
Or, sorry, Fairchild, not Whitman. Fairchild.
I love you, Austin.
We
It was just too funny not to say.
we bonded in the pits.
Okay.
But I
I've
have
got
to roll for that.
Another hit on you
Alrighty.
for 10 damage this time.
9.
I'm sorry, 11 damage this time. Yeah, you got a hit on him.
Oh.
8 damage.
That is just enough
Hmm.
to do one more wound on him and finish him. As you fly to snap his neck, you wrap your hands around his throat and on the back of his head. Right before you make contact, he lets out a shrill whistle, and the knife that you have in your pocket shoots out of its sheath and starts to flitter around like a moving creature before slashing at you multiple times. And right before you're able to fully get your hand over his mouth to stop him from whistling and snap your neck, it embeds itself in your side. Because technically you did take a wound off of that last one.
Yeah, no, we both
What
went off, unless the
Yeah.
protection went off.
I'm saying
Yeah, I don't know how protection
It
works.
never resolved.
I resolved it with a raise, so it added a +2 to his toughness.
You're just shaken, but you were already shaken, weren't you? Well, you would have to have made. Roll your shaken to see if you made it.
Yeah. Uh, 10.
Yeah, you made it. So you are just shaken with 3 wounds. You are not put into dying or incapacitated, but he embeds the knife in you right before you snap his neck. As you know, he also has an arrow jutting out from his side as he hits the ground.
kind of like hold him, kind of stagger, and just drag him back into the
Mhm.
sparrow,
Yep.
Yep.
fall over.
Yep. Ow. And
All
I think
right.
that's probably a good spot to end this one. As you all
Yeah.
drag him back inside, fall over, you pull this strange little knife out of your side, and as you do, just looking a little deeper into it, you hear like tweeting and flitting around as you just feel this little presence of a bird as your own blood just drips off of the dagger. And that's where we end tonight.
Nice. Nice.
Chance, I presume you will figure this out later. But I'm not gonna make you do it in character because why not? And I already made an item card for it. So,
Oh, thank you.
mhm. um,
Ooh.
there you go.
Hmm.
The longer you look at it, the more you feel and understand this little knife. Um, you see a little vision of a bird trying to defend its nest against a bunch of outside things flashing across your memory. You see its entire life just trying to protect its nest. As it dies, you see withered hands pick it up and cradle it next to a blade as it pulls in, and then you see the nest being formed into a hilt as the blade goes in.
But
Yeah.
Mr. Fairchild, no.
Oh. All right.
You want to know what's gonna be fun? Trying to heal you.
Yeah, because you got what, like one fucking magic boy left?
he has a doctor's kit in the next room, homie.
That's fair.
I have 2 left.
Make sure to keep track of any wounds you have.
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, lucky for you, Chance, I've been reading, and there's a little thing called shorting we can do, and maybe it'll work.
Shorting could work, but
What
shorting
is
has
that?
drawbacks.
So
Essentially, you can cast a spell that you don't have the power points to cast.
yeah, but
Oh,
if you
oh.
fail the roll when you short, it's a critical failure.
Sounds
Automatically.
hella risky.
Yeah.
It is, but it's based
And
on how many
also
power points you want to drop it by.
I want to also add the idea. It's like, oh, it's a crit fail if it don't. A crit fail on any healing check normally, and I will apply this to magic too, will inflict a wound.
Well, and I
Okay.
have worse critical fails,
Yeah,
so
so if he crit fails on you, he's putting you into die.
I'll be fine. Just trust me. I'm gonna just sleep this one off.
nah,
Mhm.
you trust me. I'll take care of you.
At the beginning of next session, you can patch me up with the doctor's kit and let me sleep it off, and we'll call it even.
All right. Best and worst. I'll tell you my worst. My worst is I didn't really anticipate the Pinkerton fight happening. I knew it was a hazard, but man, it took way too long. That was my worst by like a fucking mile. Best, I liked the second half of the session.
My worst was forgetting not to take cover for like
Mhm.
4 rounds of combat and having to soak up like 2 bennies.
Blocka blocka.
Just standing up in the middle of a foxhole like, hey, I got this one.
Uh-huh.
Nah, I slowed stuff down with the interrogation. Should have just sped that along.
No, I think
I think
I think your interrogation was natural because you were trying to not have to torture.
I think everyone played that interrogation to the best of their ability.
Best. I like that the boys had their own little shootout. Like,
I was gonna
yeah,
say
it's
that
a
was
done session, but
that
it was still
was
really cool.
that was my best. That was my favorite, mainly because I also actually hit because I usually like miss 90% of the shots I take.
Like that, I like the little foxholes that
Hmm.
came in incredibly clutch.
Yeah.
For
Uh,
those who used them.
Hmm.
for those who used them, uh, I like us remembering our other horse's name.
Yeah, that's Bubba.
Gimpy.
Not
Um,
Gimpy.
I know that's Harold.
Lad being complicated. That was great.
Yeah.
That was really, really fucking cool.
I hated the terrible luck Daniel had in the foxhole. He got shot every time.
I mean, he made it work.
He
I
did.
only
He
had,
did.
I only got
Well, yeah, you lost like nothing because the foxhole between all the negatives, like it all got eaten up basically. But it was just like every single shot was like evens or odds. Cool, it hits Mr. Whitman. Those bullets had like magnetic attraction to you.
Yeah, they did. But to be fair, it was an evens or odds roll.
It
It was a
yes,
50-50 shot, but it happened every fucking time.
it was good though. That it was an interesting, fun aspect. I was honestly really worried that when they came running in on the horses surrounding us, they had way more long range rifles. Like I was crapping myself. I'm like, these dudes are gonna be shooting while I'm shooting.
They weren't 100% strapped. Like I never think of the Pinkertons as carrying a whole lot of long arms. Like,
Nah, like detectives first.
mm-hmm. So they had a lot of pistols.
I was hardcore. The reason I didn't use the smite was because I was hard holding a stun. I was like, if they get within, because I was gonna short a stun. Because
Resource management. This is important.
in my mind, I was like, okay, I can add, which it wouldn't have saved Daniel much because he would have had to roll it. But I was like, I could add 2 points to it, take a -2, and hit him at like 40, 50 feet and
Yeah,
see if I can make the horses stall.
I really wasn't sure like how the Pinkerton thing would go down because like there was a straight up a chance, like I would call a pretty like sturdy chance that they never caught you guys.
Yeah.
Like I had planned out so much further than we got because I didn't know if they would catch you guys. Like I told Chance for the start, I was like, I have very few notes for this session, but these notes are fucking dense. And I mean that. Like I have 2.5 pages of notes. We got to the half of the first page.
Through a paragraph.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys learned some pretty important shit right now.
Yeah, we did.
Specifically that your sister and several other hostages are being held uh at Van Zant.
Mm. Ain't seen
Pretty
Jessica in
important,
a
honestly.
hot minute.
She is probably not happy with you if I had to guess, given that she's currently a
Probably
prisoner because of you.
pretty jazzed to see her brother.
There
There will be a harsh conversation about her being a slaver.
No, that's Amanda. Amanda's a slaver.
Ah,
Jessica was kind of like she was one of the nicer siblings, but still part of the family business, so she can get off her high horse.
Hey.
Last,
I don't know if
but
you're in any position to be talking about high horses there, fucking Goebbels. Because you put a whole. You threw a fucking doctor's bag on that fucking. Or not Goebbels, Gehring. You threw a doctor's bag down. You said, work him. Work him real good.
well,
I'm saying your character development should say, that stuff that went on today. Make sure you list that because
God
you
took
ain't a
note.
preacher no more.
God
oh,
took
I
note
can.
of this.
I'm still a
Don't worry.
preacher.
Sure. That's why you got half PowerPoints.
I'm working on it.
I don't think you are.
We'll wait till it's chill. And
I
we'll get
told
help
Yeah,
from
he
you
has
we
the
elsewhere.
highest
are.
body count. He has the highest body count out of all of us.
Yeah, but we also are in a time period where if I wasn't shooting any of those 12 guys to kill them, they would have all swarmed us.
Hey, whatever makes you pray at night.
I am
I mean,
just,
I do.
he brings up a good point, but then at the same time, you did shoot a guy in the back.
Who would have brought even more people, because we didn't know
And
Chance and them were coming
you were
back.
you're about to torture or allow torture.
Okay? I never stopped you
You
guys
that
from
guy?
torturing or hurting people. I always just, except for the very first session, I didn't want y'all to murder that one
Okay,
innocent person.
There's a difference between, okay, I'm gonna turn the cheek from this. I'll pick up the pieces afterwards. It's like that's not good, but it's redeemable to a degree. Putting a gun on the table and saying I'm not gonna stop you from shooting that motherfucker, it's not the same thing.
I didn't say it was the same thing. I'm just saying
I
it.
know, I know, I know. I'm just saying you may have some stuff to sort out. You
Well, I mean, I've
you
been
you
trying to
may
sort
have
out
some
the
stuff
first
to sort
thing
out.
from like 6 sessions ago, so just add it
We're
to the
gonna sort
pile.
it out.
Yeah. See, listen to Bubba.
I don't even know what Bubba's saying. I think he's still muted.
He said, "Become the crusader you were meant to be."
What was your best and worst, Daniel?
Well, there's some little cheeky story stuff going on at the end. There's some changes.
Yeah.
Like a little maze going on.
Well, maze.
Little maze.
That's getting pretty. It's getting kind of spicy.
I'm hoping you guys are starting to see some of these pieces come together.
Yeah,
Good, good.
that's why it's getting spicy.
Uh-huh. What were your best and worst, Daniel?
The worst was I feel like we could have done combat a little bit different. So Chance could have done something because he was just running pretty much the whole time.
Nah,
You
that
didn't
I
get
was
to
fine with that.
really experience that first half.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the combat either, but yeah.
That's just where the dice lay.
Mm-hmm. What was your best?
Huh?
What was your best? Is that just the spice?
Yeah, I just said the
The spice.
the ending, the second half,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
the story taking some turns at unexpected turns.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What about you, Bubba? You were present.
Mm, let's see. What was my best? Probably